Oh, look. I think we're live. Hey, guess what? I'm live.
That's oh, okay.
I'm live on,
What do you mean the star? Because there was a little star under there. See, I put stars and they didn't show up. And so there was one under there. And then when I put the houses, it went over it.
hopefully I can read the chat. I have the chat as an overlay.
I made that one also.
Oh.
Ornaments. I can't stop. I probably should because I don't know what I'm going to do with
You
that.
can make as many as you want. But look, I can see the chat right there.
Oh.
At the bottom.
Okay, Jose.
You think I need to comb my hair before going out?
Oh,
Someone might see me, so I better.
someone might see you. Can you that one's done. Cool.
I'm going out.
You're going out. That's
Yeah.
Going out. No, then I'll be back.
Going out. Just to the store.
Lexi, be careful. Where are you going?
And after I go, I don't know, maybe Total Wine has what I want.
Mm-hmm.
What do I want?
I don't know.
What's Christmassy?
Oh, I'm sure they'll tell you if you don't know what you want.
Yeah, but that one guy's not there that likes to stream.
No, but I
The other
mean,
ones
like,
might get
there's
mad.
gonna be Christmas, like, displays, I mean. They're gonna be like, there you go, this is Christmassy.
So you can. Yeah, I guess it does. I wonder if it's unseasonably warm everywhere, or if it's just where I'm at. Shoot! I can't see the chat. Hold on, I see there's chat, but there's overlays on top of overlays. Let me try to fix it. I got overlays on overlays. I took a little drive yesterday, and now my truck is dusty. Oh my god. Too bright. Too bright. That was bad. Let's see if I can find.
Dirteel 9 lurk.
Oh no. Oh, you can't go in the settings when there's when it's live. Shoot. Okay, let me be right back. Let me like try to get my overlay set. And then Okay, I think I got it. So I have let's see, where's all that stuff? I have my drone. So I guess we could drone potentially. Let's see. Did I break it? What's going on? No, it's fine. So I fully charged it, but I didn't even use it. See, check it out. So I think that means that we should probably try to do some drone. And there's a new app too. I met a new app developer who's got a cool app that can do drone to phone. So that should be pretty cool. I probably shouldn't put my drone back here. There's some jackets. And then I got the Christmas lights all hooked up here. Okay. Ready to blast off? Oh, damn it, my overlays are still at the bottom. But I see dirty logics in there. Okay, sweet. Damn it. I tried to put the overlays at the top left. I swear I said top left and it still said bottom left. It's not doing what I said. Psynaps angry. Do what I said. We're gonna go on a little ride. Let me get you set up. Let me get you plugged in. Oops. Actually don't know if plugging this in is gonna glitch out my stream because I'm hooking the USB up to the truck. So is it gonna glitch it out or what? Let me arrange these. I got some radios here. I got the Meshtastic node. You guys have these in your cars, right? If you don't have one of these, you gotta have one of these. It's just basic driving stuff. It's just like it's like a tracker communication device. Long range, low power radio, encrypted radio. It's pretty cool. Look up Meshtastic. It's probably one of the coolest projects that exists, hands down. All right, let's get the seat fixed. I drove a little bit yesterday, so had the kids in the back, so I had to put my seat up. Not a lot of room in these. How's this? What's the perfect setting for the chair? All right. You want one? Oh, you know what it is? I want to make one badly. Make one. I still can't see the chat. Like I see... The problem with my overlays, I can't see the last chat. Unless there's a way to remove the overlay. Let me see. Overlay. Oh, wait, here. I thought about buying 3 pre-made. Yeah. Buy them pre-made. I made a whole bunch, but if you can do it pre-made, display, audio. No, it's not letting me hide the display. I know there's a way to do it. Damn it, this is killing me. Yeah, because I can't read the last chat. So the only thing I don't understand, do I need a node? Yeah, you need a node. Sweet, I'm getting pretty good signal from the Wi-Fi. So let me show you my Wi-Fi. I can find it. Where are you, Wi-Fi? Ow, leg cramp. Okay, leg cramp resolved. Okay, here's the AT&T node. In fact, I better oops, I'm gonna show you my Wi-Fi password. I better plug it in just in case. Is this wire long enough? Oh, look, a little baby USB wire. Let me find a longer one. Maybe this one. So it's Wi-Fi Netgear Nighthawk. These are great to have like for anything, but they are particularly useful for IRL streaming, and I think a lot of IRL streamers have this exact thing. So, but like, not to change the subject on the Meshtastic thing, because that's actually a really cool subject. Let me see if I can plug this in. Got some sunglasses. Whoa, whoa, oh, you guys trying to make out? All right, there we go. Oh, yeah, buy them pre-made. This one here I built. It's like a little solar box, but for about the same price, you can just buy them pre-made. Solar's too small, by the way. If you want actual, like, better performance, you will probably need to upgrade the solar on those. I like to turn on all my lights in the daytime because I'm afraid of people crashing into me, because I think I'm very likable, so I think there's a lot of people that like to crash, and if they're gonna crash, they probably want to crash into me. Do you ever get that feeling? Do you hear all the beeps? The beeps and boops? Can you hear the classical music? Should I turn it off or leave it on? It should clear up a little bit. I might go through a little dead spot whenever I back up. My neighborhood kind of has some dead spots. Let's see. This was the only place I could get my phone to hook into, so it's kind of like that view. I would like it to be like, you know, so you could see more of the outside, but I think this is the only view that's gonna work. But I do seriously turn on all my lights in the daytime, just for daytime driving. Because drivers, like, I'm pretty convinced that no one cares if they crash or not. Some of you live in places where driving is pretty crazy. I mean, driving is crazy everywhere, but some of you will know what I mean. If you live where I live, you'll know exactly what I mean. You'll be like, yep. But things that I don't know that I probably need you to tell me is, like, is this camera, like, really shaky? Because I've never, like, put it right there before. So tell me how it looks. Tell me if you love it or hate it. Tell me if you love me or hate me. And just so I know. If you hate me, that means I'm doing a good job. If you love me, then that means I'm also doing a great job. See, there it gets a little shaky. Also, the other thing I need help with is... wait, what's the question? Not much shake, a little bit of shake. Because it's kind of, yeah, it's like on a little arm. The little arm is not ideal. Ooh, all these Christmas lights. I gotta find a way to show you guys the Christmas lights. I'll try to hold it steady. But, I'll tell you, we can talk more about that Meshtastic thing if you guys want to know more about that. I think when we talk more about it, though, I should probably demo it a little bit, show you some cool stuff. Maybe we can go out and send messages. But from right now, from my truck, I can send messages at hundreds of miles in just about any direction with a little tiny battery-powered transmitter. And it's this data mode is able to hop, and people have nodes set up all over, and we have mountains and some ham radio guys that have to the towers on the mountain. They put Meshtastic up there, so we have this crazy network going on here. I was just at a 4-way stop and everybody pretty much just yellowed it at the same time. That was cool.
Today's signature work was Kenji Bunch's arrangement for piano
But
trio.
last night when we were looking at Christmas lights, some of the houses have radio stations, so the blinking lights match the radio. Have you seen that before? Sometimes people who like to do Christmas lights, they'll try to sync their lights to the music. So we were listening to that as we were driving around, and then after that was over, it landed on the classical music station, and I was like, oh, this is going to sound really nice in the truck. So now we have classical music in here. But I'm going to the store. Okay, anyway, what I need what your homework is, we're gonna get some Christmas like drinks, like some beer or some stuff for like martinis or something. Oh, this lady just ran across the road. She ran across the road and there's like a crosswalk with lights and she didn't press the lights button. People want to get run over. The ham guys are legends. That's right. Yeah. So, what ingredients should I get? Because once I get to the store, I'm going to be like I'm not going to know what I want. There's like a million things. So if I try to plan it beforehand, maybe we can get something good. Oh, the Santa Fe Opera. I wonder what that is. I haven't listened to the classical music station for a long time. I feel like it's been years.
Mozart's The Magic Flute is a fantastical quest to save a princess
Mozart.
full of enchanting characters and daring trials. Tchaikovsky's Eugene
Tchaikovsky!
Of unbridled passion, devastating heartbreak.
Could you imagine going to the opera and seeing some Mozart and Tchaikovsky? I don't think I can read the chat though when you're driving. I don't think you can read the chat. So maybe when I'm like pulled over, then I can read the chat. But I think that's the rules. And plus, we want safety too. Like, I'm bitching about bad drivers, and I would be a bad driver if I was like, streaming on Twitch while driving. It's not. I mean, reading the chat. If you're streaming, it's no. Technically, if you have your phone on while you're driving, that's no different than if you were just like doing DoorDash or something. Oh, that was a cool truck right there. Oh, Protein, you did a sub? I can't see it because I'm IRL. I don't get the sounds, but thank you, man. Oh, Protein is here. What's up, man? Oh, I wish I could scroll the chat to see. Thank you, Protein. for the sub gift. I got some cool stuff for you, Protein.
where you want it to go.
I have something for you when I get back. I'll show you what I'm making. I have this idea for guys like Protein and some of the other subscribers. There's some fun things we did way back in the day, and I came up with a new method. And I'm plugging in the AI. I have all of these nodes, and I'm plugging the AI into the nodes, and it's making crazy stuff. So if you're around later, I'll show you. I can't wait to show you guys those weird things I'm doing. You got to see it on the last streams, but I'm just setting it up. So of course when I'm streaming, I'm setting it up, and then I get distracted by the stream, and then I stop working on it for a long time. So I've been going back and forth, getting distracted, trying to make you guys something. But happy holidays. Oh, I like my new truck. It makes cool sounds. It goes because it has like some kind of turbo thing, and the turbo thing makes like a cool air intake sound. It goes. All I need to do is put a. Sometimes people with the air intakes, they'll put what is that tube that goes up, like the snorkel? They'll put a snorkel on their truck and hook it up to the air intake. And so when you're driving, it goes. Should I do that? It's very tempting. I don't like the way snorkels look. And I'm not planning on driving my truck underwater. I just want that sound from the air going. Uh-oh, there's some people crashing over here. Oh no. We might get some crashing over here. Well, I think you can read the chat when you're like pulled over, you know, if you're not like driving. If you're like stopped, you should be able to check your. That's not against the rules. You know, people have been banned because they're driving on the interstate and they're driving full speed, and then they're trolling. The chat's trolling them and they're trolling back. So obviously that's like deadly. What the heck? Wizzy turbo noises? A blow-off valve? I'm curious. Like, I don't know all of the different things you can get for your turbo, but I know there's a lot of different custom kits. And then I know the snorkel thing, whatever it's called. I mean, if it's did I make that up? I'm pretty sure it's called a snorkel. Or is it called a blow-off valve? I don't know. Maybe it depends on where you are. I've seen people call truck parts something different depending on where you live. Like, what do the Aussies call the back of the truck? See, in the US, people will call it the bed of the truck. But I've seen other people call it the tub. I think I was watching an Australian like off-roading YouTube channel, and the Aussies were off-roading. And by the way, the Australian off-roading overlanding community is crazy. Like, they're doing some like amazing stuff. And there you go, kicking some more turbos. These drivers are crazy out here during the holidays. They're all drunk probably. But anyway, the Aussies, they were calling the back of the truck the tub. Nobody calls it the tub in the US, so I thought that was cool. I was like, the tub? Like the tub? I guess it's a tub. It's not a trunk. You know, I think tub is actually better than bed, because the bed doesn't make any sense. There's no bed back there unless you put a bed.
We are so thrilled this holiday season to be collaborating with Savor New Mexico, celebrating the fact
You can lose your driver's license?
and
You should.
will support
You should lose your driver's license if you're... using your phone while you're driving.
That's what NAMI does. If you want to learn more,
What's going on over there? There's all kinds of smoke.
chance to win a trip for two. Go
A
to
big pile up here
AAA.org.
trying to...
Scroll down on our homepage, you will see the Savor New
Yeah,
Mexico
protein.
right here
We call it the
on
tray.
our homepage. Up next,
I'm not
we
moving,
have
by the way. I'm
music
just parked.
of- well, we
Just
have
parked.
a set of selections. I wonder,
Pretty
as I
soon we'll
walk
get
in,
going again.
Jesus Christ, the apple tree.
But I'm looking up ahead like, I don't know, quarter mile up there. There's all this dust and all this traffic jam. I don't think it's dust. It might be smoke. I think a car's blowing up over there.
The music of, well, actually, let's see. It's arrangements of By Paul Hillier by Elizabeth.
Here's something funny.
John Owen.
Everybody has an opinion on drivers and bad driving and stuff, right? Everybody has their own opinion. So you can weigh in on your opinion. But what was I going to say? I was going to make a joke about bad drivers. Oh no, another traffic jam. What was I going to say about bad drivers? All I know is I should probably stop talking about bad drivers before I do something bad. Crashing up one of these poor Holidaze people here. Okay. Yeah. So right now I'm like at the shopping center, and there's a bunch of people trying to park. So it is like right before the holidays. Oh, I remember what I was going to say about bad drivers is I think there should be stiff penalties for more penalties for bad drivers. And here's the funny thing. Bad drivers, I think, they don't like strict rules because they're bad drivers and they know they're going to break the rules. So I think my theory is bad drivers, they don't like speeding tickets. They don't like speeding, what are they called? The speeding sensors? The ticket cameras, whatever they call them. Bad drivers hate those kinds of things because they're the ones that always get them. Good drivers like that kind of stuff. Good drivers want there to be like traffic rules and traffic enforcement to help keep the bad drivers away. That's my theory. What do you guys think? Or am I just being one of those guys? Let's see if we can park. I'm trying to pull in forward, which makes it a little harder, but we're kind of got a tight squeeze here. All right, let's see if that's gonna work. I hope so. I hope so. Fingers crossed. Let's go. I like that music. That was really good music. Yeah, let's see. I just got a $360 fine for parking on an island at a boat ramp. And I feel like I could understand that. Parking is like very frustrating. I understand parking frustrations because there's no good way sometimes. But okay, I'm putting my modem in my bag. I got my man purse here. It's my man purse. You guys wear purses, right? I'm not the only guy who wears purses. No? Uh-oh. I better get out here when somebody wants. Speaking of parking, someone's going to rage out here on my parking. Oh boy, here we go. I bet that guy wants to back in. You guys good at backing in? I'm still learning on backing in. Still. I'm used to driving a small car, and small cars, you don't have to back them in. They can fit anywhere. Trucks, you have to back them in because they don't fit anywhere. It's the opposite. Okay, how do I look? Amazing? This is my new camera. Everything's new. It's gonna be a new year. We got new vehicles, new phones, new gray hairs, lots of new gray hairs.
Hello, sir. Sir, your phone.
Oh, that's a nice Good Samaritan helping someone get their phone back. So, what are we getting at the store? What do you guys want to get? Let's get some wine, some whiskey, some, what do they call it? What's that stuff called? Rum. Tequila. This is for the holidays. So look. There's you like the front, the basket view? I don't want to show, I don't want to invade anybody's privacy so they don't kick me out. But I think it's not the holidays unless you have certain things like, we're gonna need a whiskey for Coke, or maybe Irish whiskey. There's some Canadian whiskeys. We're gonna need maybe some tequilas. And maybe we need some scotch. What do you think? What do you guys say? Rum chata? You got a bottle of Mr. Jack? You need one too? Wait, what do you mean Mr. Jack? You mean Jack Daniels? Let's see. The tequilas. Probably we want to get like I like a medium, not like the top shelf. I'm not wanting to do that. I want to enjoy it. I like more the everyday styles. I like the top shelf ones, don't get me wrong, but once you start doing that, then you want to do that every time. The bottom shelf ones, I'm not gonna hate. I'm not gonna hate on the bottom shelf stuff, but as long as I can enjoy it, just with ice. You don't want it to taste too bad. There's a Reposado. There's a Don Julio. Jack Daniels. Elijah Craig, please. You guys remember the stream? This is the same place that I came one time. Oh, my modem's not working. We might F in here. I'll try to go a little faster because I'm doing bonding. I'm doing bonding with the Psynaps bonding system. So I'm using multiple modems. I'm using AT&T and Verizon, and right now Verizon is my phone plan, and it's doing 100% of the data because oh no, it's not. The Wi-Fi. Yep, it is. Yep. AT&T is completely pooped out in here.
What you do at home is fine.
I wonder if they're sampling anything. El Padrino? Look at this one. Wait, let's see if I can turn it around. You know what looks really cool? This one right here. Three amigos añejo. Doesn't that look cool? That one actually looks pretty cool. I like the name. 3 Amigos. You know what that means, right? It means 3 World of Warcraft dragons. That's what it means in Spanish. Don Roberto. Holy moly, man. All these tequilas look pretty lit. They don't have the one I'm looking for. I don't remember what it's called. I just remember what the bottle looks like. Well, maybe I'll ask. Do you remember one time on stream we came here and we were talking to the guy about Scotch? And he just talked to us. He told us everything about Scotch. And he was a Scotsman. So he was making all these jokes about Scotch. And also Scotsmen. And then we made fun of the Australians together. That was fun. You know. Excuse me. Alright. Oh, look. Now we're on the whiskeys. We're in the scotches, the blended scotches. We should definitely get some blended scotches. Yep. Oh, wow, the aged ones are pretty pricey. Let's see, is that sheep? Holy sheep? Ah, I can't read the chat because my overlays, I can't get the, that bottle looks like a wiener. Damn it, I can't see the top. Chat more so that it goes up and I can see the overlay. But I was trying to do a stream elements overlay. Or maybe it was a, anyway, I got one of the overlays. There it goes, I can see it. Asambroso with the bottle that looks like a wiener. Is it? Do you think that's here? Where do I find it? Like, what is that? But anyway, I'm trying to get the overlay working in IRL Pro, and it works fine. But I can't. For some reason, I forgot how to hide the mobile overlays, and so the chat is like underneath. And then I told it go top left, and then it went bottom left. So anyway, that's pretty normal. Doing overlays on mobile. It's pretty much part of the game. Wow. Asambroso. Is that how you say it? I don't even know what that is. Are you sure I should do that? Because what if I like it and then what if I love it? Hey, what is this? Santa Fe. Santa Fe whiskey? Do you think that's Santa Fe, like Santa Fe, New Mexico? Oh, I think it is. Look, Santa Fe. Smoke. Which one do you want? Smoked mesquite, apple brandy. I don't know. I think they look cool, but I don't know if I'd actually get that. I think it looks cool though. These are rye whiskeys, bourbon, bourbons. Let me go to the bourbons here. Let's see what's over here. Oh, they're doing tasting over here. Let's do a tasting. Oh, there's the Elijah Craig. You guys are saying. Oh, look at those. Those look good. If you want me to buy the Elijah Craig, you're gonna have to send some donos for that. I'll do it. Do you remember one time? Orange Pal wanted me to eat like crazy sushi, so he sent all these donations, and he sent these donations for me to like go do like you know, crazy sushi boat feasts. And then he wanted me to tip the chef like $100 or something. He sent more donos, and I was like, that was actually pretty fun. Because it felt good. It felt so good to tell the chef, like, hey, like, you know, people I'm on the phone with wanted you to have a bigger tip. But never mind. Tell me, I can't even see the overlays anyway. So I can't even see if you sent me a dono. So just tell me. Oh no! What am I gonna do? This one I really like. There's one called Booker's. You ever tried Booker's? I got Booker's for like, I think it was maybe like a wedding present, or maybe it's a birthday present or something, and I had never had it before. And I guess you could show it. It's hey, Daniel Smoke is here. Those are the Booker's ones. Those are pretty good. They used to be like $60 for a bottle. Now they're $100. I think whiskey, they were saying something about whiskey. The whiskey industry is stopping production. Maybe that was just Jim Beam. But they were having troubles with tariffs or something. I didn't even think of that. But maybe... I've had a lot of these. I just don't remember. There's one called First Call. There's the Elijah Craig one. That one looks good. I've never tried that one before. There's your Jim Beam. I never liked the Jim Beam too much. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's like, it's cheap whiskey. You can get a whole thing for $20. Oh, look, all of them are expensive except for the Jim Beams. I should get a Jim Beam. See, the thing about Jim Beam is, now I'm looking at these other whiskeys. They're more expensive than they usually are. All the ones I like. The Jim Beam is like on sale. It's like cheaper than it usually is. What is this backwards bullshit going on here? So here's the ones they're trying. Still Austin. There's a Still Austin. We can taste these. What is that? Benromac. I always say the Scotch is wrong. The Scotch words sometimes are very hard to say. So there's a malt, the Rambler, and the Still Austin. Probably try those. I don't know though. 10-year malt. I feel like that's what we should be drinking on the holidays. Dan Smoke says, maybe you've been here the whole time and I was away? I know how you feel. I know the feeling. I want to say we were both here. We just were doing other stuff temporarily until we meet again. Right. Hey. Too much supply stocked. Right. They had too much supply. They had too many. Something about the barrels. They had too many barrels or too many barrels going or something. And that's what happened. So what does that mean? Does that mean they need us to help them with the barrels? Because I might be able to help them with their barrels if they have too many. I'll do a few at least. So let's look at the scotches. Glenfodry. I'll show you. Don't look if you're under 18. You can't look at this. The Glenlivet. I'm gonna say these are all wrong. How do you say this one? The Schledig. I like those ones. Those are actually pretty good. They do a lot of stuff. Where's the other ones that are cool? I always want to get these ones that have really cool. Look at this. Smokehead. How could you not want that? It's got a smoke head. That looks sick. And then you got your Lefroig, and I can say that one. I remember how to say that one at least. You have to like remember that shit because it's very hard to sound them out. What were the other ones that were pretty good? Here's the top shelf ones, the Glenfiddich, how do you say it? 21 year. They don't have like the really expensive ones there. The most expensive one was like a couple $100. You know they get really expensive. Hey, Aperture's here. What's up, Amp? Isn't it more like if you're 21? Oh yeah, 21, you're right. Aperture, you're right. 18, 21. It's just, you know, depends on which equation you're using. Depends on which math. Let's see, they have Soul. I like this one. Soul is really good. That was one of my all-time favorites. Did you know that, and I think it's, who else likes Soul? Shook likes Soul too, right? He liked it. I remember I went to Mexico one time. It was Puerto Vallarta, I think. And you could get a 40 of Soul at the corner store for like 30 cents, like 20 cents or something. And it was good too, because they bottled it like right there in Puerto Vallarta. Pick me up some Woodford Reserve. Oh, the Woodfords. Yep. I didn't see that one, but I know they have it here because they've had that here. They always have that here. Yeah, that's a good one. The Wood. I'll take another pass by there and see if they have it. See what it looks like. I mean, like, I know what it looks like. It's like a bottle. And it has like a very clean style to it. Not a lot going on. It wasn't like the Skull one. It's just good whiskey. So I'm just getting some cheap beer. See, I got some Coors. You gotta get these. There's some Budweisers. Those are light beer. Those are for, you know, doing stuff. It's not like heavy beer, but we can get some darker ones too. My favorites are I like reds. I like IPAs. I mean, IPAs, some of them are really, really good. Some of them are okay. But I really like Irish reds. What about Blue Moon? Blue Moon. Classic Belgian white. I don't know if some people would call it classic. It's pretty, maybe mainstream is the better word, but that one's good. He almost passed out. Live View Dan ordered his drinks. Oh, Live View Dan. He still goes to TwitchCons. What a boss. And he ordered his drinks, and I got Jesse a glass of Macallan, 18 year, and he tried to shoot it. Just do it. I got at TwitchCon, I got Jesse a shot of the Bookers, and it's like, I don't know, it's like 100 proof or something, or 200 proof, 150. I don't know what it is. It's like a lot of proofs, and it's really strong. You're not really supposed to shoot it. We shot it anyway. Fuck it, just do it. You got to do it every once in a while just to remind you why you don't do it. Yeah, I get some of these Blue Moons. What did I get last time that was really good? I think it was these Irish Reds that were really good. Last time I was here. You can't really see it. I'm just trying to be careful with the camera, but I don't know. There's too many to choose from. There's some Reds. There's like these weird packs. There's a bunch of Blue Moons. And there's some locals that are pretty good. I think that's a local. Maybe not. Firestone DBA. Where's that one? Did you see it here? There's Fat Tire. See if I can find it. It's better if I decide beforehand what I'm going to get, because once I'm here, I'm like, there's so much. I want it all. Just fill up my basket. During COVID, that's what I did, was I just fill up my basket because I felt weird about going out. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to be going out and hanging out at the liquor store or not, so I just fill up my basket and buy like 3 months worth of beer. Well, I got a couple of things. Let's start with that. Let's start with that and see how far we get. There's Marble Brewing. Marbles are pretty good. Marble's a local brew. Price there for beer? I didn't even look. I think they're like $25 for a 30 pack of the cheapest beer you can buy. At least. They're more than $1 a beer. It's like $1, $1.25. I don't know if it's any different anywhere else. You know what I've been liking more than normal? And I don't drink too much, but I like to sip when I'm working on art or when I'm programming or something. And gin. I've never liked gin before. And I got what did I get a bottle of? Like, I don't know, it's like Beef Eater or I'm not even going to remember which one I was trying, and then I was like, you know what, this is really good. So, you know what they say, I remember from neuroscience that our tastes, change a lot over time. So, our taste buds and our taste preferences, they are a little more dynamic. And so that's kind of cool, where you can enjoy like new things. You might not like something, but it might grow on you at some point. Or there might be something you really like and you get bored of it and never want to drink it or eat it again. But hey, Riv1, I'm trying to see the chat. Like the last chat, I can't see the name because of the overlay. I gotta try to fix it. But in order to fix it, I have to like stop the whole stream. But I've got a AT&T modem that is contributing 0 bitrate for some reason. Well, I think the reason is this is like a dead spot. Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. May I see your ID?
Sure.
Thank you so much. There you go. Would you like these in the bag?
No, thanks.
Do you have a phone number with us?
Nope.
Wonderful day. Happy holidays.
You too, thanks. Alright. I came here one time and I got for a keg. That's when we had the kegerator. Those were good times. And I brought the keg out. Heavy as hell. And I put the seatbelt on it. That was a good stream. People thought it was funny that I put a seatbelt on the keg. It made sense to me. Somebody parked here and they left their iPhone plugged in right on the dash. I'd be worried to just park that out in the parking lot. Somebody would end up trying to snatch it, probably. Okay, I'm gonna put you. Where do you want to go? You want to go inside or outside? I'll put you right here. Christmas lights. Let's lock those in. Let's see how AT&T is doing. Still trying to get bitrate. Just can't do it. Verizon is doing like 100% of the bitrate. AT&T should come back when I get out of this hole, because I'm kind of in a hole. All around me is like some little hills and mountains, and then I don't know why this whole shopping area is like a little hole in the ground with poor service. It was like that like 8 years ago, like 5 years ago. I would think by now, with all the 5G and whatever expanding, it'd be better, but I guess not. Verizon. All right, let's see if we can get this phone out. We'll get you back on here. Where's Verizon at? I mean AT&T. Let's go AT&T. The AT&T, it says like I've got full bars and 5G, and then it'll be like 0 bit rate. You lied to me, AT&T. There it goes a little bit. It's kind of struggling. It'll go like from 500 to 1500 kbps on AT&T. So it's trying. It's like that at my house too, where it's pretty hit or miss. Ooh, I left my lights on my truck. Should I do Christmas lights? So I have a couple of different kinds of lights on my truck. I've got the under lights, which are super cool. Turn those on. The under lights have like a little remote. Then I got like I got the ditch lights, which have a cool amber, And then I've got the Christmas lights now in the back. Let me turn those on. Want to see what they look like? I want to see what they look like. Let's go see what they look like.
You see member login at the top of the homepage on the right-hand side, and we'll get you all set up.
Alright, let's look around here before we go out. This good? Alright, check it out. Look at. They're not really tied on though, so they're not like even or anything. And then the underglows are like that. I better turn that off though, because that could be illegal. I don't know if that's illegal or not. I'm gonna switch them to solid ambers. Then we should be good. See if we can plug in this phone for extra power. Gonna juice it up for streaming. There we go. Working out. There's so much traffic. All the alarms are going off because there's so much traffic. I've had to get used to kind of like the size of my vehicle, and I haven't even run over that many people yet, so I'm doing pretty good. Only crashed into like a few things.
KHFM can be heard in the following communities via translator. In Ruidoso, we're at 95.9 FM on K240CN.
Hope they don't play too much like Christmas music.
103.1 on K276PD. In Taos, you'll find KHFM at 106.
Okay, now we have to drive to the top of the hill.
292 FM.
So we're going up, straight up.
95.5 KHFM.
That's why there's like poor AT&T signals, because this giant hill that's right here blocks all the antennas. They even put antennas on top of this hill, and it's still sad. So I don't know what the heck's with that. My truck is in eco mode. Sometimes I put it in sport mode for all of the mountains and hills that I live in. Apparently, like eco mode, sports mode, all the different modes, it doesn't do anything different. It just changes like the sensitivity of the gear shifting and stuff. So it'll stay in gear a little bit longer in sports mode. It does other stuff too, like the braking and the steering. Everything's a little bit different in sports mode, but it doesn't actually give it more power, I don't think. It just feels like more power because the gear shifting is different.
For tuning into your classical station in New Mexico, 95.5 KHFM. I'm Alexis Corbin.
I think we should be
Each
good.
weekday, at the top of the 5 o'clock hour, I celebrate with you music that was written for the stage.
What is this lady telling us on the radio?
It is time now for Showtime. And today's Showtime does come from the world of film, from one of those films or film franchises that films? Many would say yes. There are iconic holiday scenes, plenty of snowfalls, cozy winter settings, festive music, themes of found family.
Let me see if I can find a angle
But I think it's probably
that will show the lights in the back.
I think they're both good.
I don't know.
Any time of year. Today,
I don't really think.
Showtime selection. We have music.
I don't think you can
from
see it. I'll try to show it, but.
world of Harry Potter, and in fact, the kind of the
Holy
theme of
Sheep
the
says
whole
it seems to.
Hedwig theme, which a Hedwig.
Oh, your tundra. Oh, you have a tundra?
You know that's
I can't read your whole chat. I'm gonna fix it, but I can see you.
of the series.
You said
Now, when
you were talking about your tundra and the accelerator sensitivity. I gotta figure out these
actually get an idea of what
these overlays
composers would be
because I thought I
best
fixed it.
to write the film score. He gave a bunch
I
of
set it to top
original
left and it still goes like
creative
bottom left,
theme
but whatever.
for
Spams
promotional
out. Oh,
scenes.
that pushed it up. Okay, now I can see it. These that pushed it up seems to adjust the throttle body and accelerator sensitivity. All right, so I can definitely tell a difference. I can tell a difference. This is a brand new Tacoma, so it has the new computers in it. Probably the Tundras and the Tacomas are similar in some ways because they're Toyota, but
just on piano. And
it's,
Chris Columbus would say that he just plunked it out and immediately.
I hope those lights don't. I forgot those lights are not even hooked on that much in the back, so it's taking a big turn, hoping they don't fall off. But anyway, like there's a lot of hills. It's all up and down, like where I live, and when I put it in sports mode, it does help a lot. The problem with the Toyota is it's doing these much smoother gear shifts. You know, the transmission is maybe it's a little smoother as the cars get newer. The transmissions get better and better, and this one is like the, you know, the I don't know what it is, the newer 4th gen transmission. But it'll get caught in kind of like a higher gear going uphill. So instead of downshifting, the turbo will just spin up. The turbo is like, and the turbo is supposed to be more efficient horsepower, you know, more efficient fuel utilization. So instead of giving me a better gear, it just like the turbo just goes nuts. And I don't think it's quite as good. I would rather just like shift, because I drove a manual forever. And so I know when I want it to shift or not, you know. And it doesn't always, and it's really just with heels. Like on the flat road, it's fine. But I need a little more juice for the heels around these parts. What I need is a Tundra. You got the hybrid Tundra, the V6 with electric motor. I need a Tundra. I should have got a Tundra probably because they're a lot more expensive. I really wanted the Tacoma though, but I need the Tundra for just a bigger truck for the family. I realize that this one is a little bit small, but it's really not. It's plenty of room, but there's times where I think we would probably want a little more leg room. But the hybrids are pretty cool. They have a little more juice in them too. They got a little more horsepower, I think. Yeah, this music, yes. I didn't think it was gonna get dark. How long have I been out? How long did it take me to complete a simple task? It's not even complete yet. Haven't even gotten home yet. Oh, there's a nice Corvette. Whoa, did you hear that? It's a Corvette driving by. The hybrid is great. Yeah, it makes sense to me. I don't know. One or more of the versions of this truck has the hybrid. I think it's the Sport. It's the Sport or the, what do they call the hybrid version? The Pro maybe? TRD Pro, TRD Sport. This one is the TRD off-road. And I didn't even think I was going to get this one. I knew I needed a truck. And I went to the Toyota dealership and I saw this one. I was like, I want that black one. I was like, that one. I was looking at them all, and they were telling me too. Like, they were trying to be reasonable with me. They were, we were looking at the. Oh shit! Somebody's crossing the road right here. They were trying to get me to get a 4Runner. The 4Runner is very nice. My wife wants a 4Runner. We were looking at the Tundras, and I was like, no, I want that black one right there. Give me that one. So then I just drove that one. Drove that one home. It was this one. I like it. It's a good one. 1 hour stream. Wow, that person crossing the road really caused a traffic jam. There's a lot of traffic on this road. We'll probably hit like a little dead spot right up here because there's like this one block in my neighborhood. For whatever reason, radio frequency doesn't exist there. And every time I pass by, it's effed like forever. It's just like in a radio shadow of some kind. What song is this? This sounds really familiar. It's like from a movie or something.
From the Harry Potter franchise.
It was Harry Potter.
Hedwig's theme, composed by John Williams.
John Williams.
Showtime selection. Coming up next, I speak with arranger Micah Hood,
Yes,
conductor
Harry
Thomas
Potter. You
Weiser,
nailed it.
and the band leader of Nosotros, Dennis Javier Hasso. They are coming to Santa Fe very soon, but first, we check out the weather.
Like orchestral movie scores, some of the most awesome orchestra music there is out there. For sure. I'm a huge fan. Soundtracks, orchestral scores. I think I have a playlist too of some movie soundtracks. Some of the best movie soundtracks. I just aired up my tires, so I feel like every bump is bumpy. You ever put that Tundra in four-wheel drive? Those Tundras have some juice, man.
The Latin music ensemble Nosotros has appeared at the
I watch a lot of YouTube videos of people that will take a Tundra out,
They have the New Mexico Music Lifetime
overlanding or four-wheel driving, whatever. And
Symphony.
sometimes they really kick ass, but they're big trucks, they're heavy. So sometimes, yeah, with all of the power, they have a hard time with some certain kinds of, off-roading. But they can also tow a ton of stuff too, do things at the lighter trucks. And then the Jeeps are like best in class, are like the lightest and can climb over the most stuff. I thought, what can these Jeeps do that that a Toyota can't do? Well, it turns out quite a bit.
Best described as a Latin band that uses Latin rhythms like cumbia, salsa, merengue. It also incorporates some of our other
All right.
influences like jazz.
We're getting back here.
I think it all just uses into a very
Guys having a Merry Christmas so far?
fun sound.
And in all of these different iterations since 1994, have you ever had the chance to collaborate with a symphony orchestra?
Not until a couple of years ago. This is our third time doing it. Well, maybe third.
Overland camping?
We tried it last summer, and it was an outdoor concert.
Oh, head my way? The New Mexico? Oh, dude. Tell me, let me know
Went into it.
what you're up to when you come this way, because there's a lot of overlanding. Northern New Mexico mountains, some good spots up there, good stuff,
Such an amazing
good mountains, fun to drive on. We did some camping this summer in the northern New Mexico mountains.
What's the process like to take
By Santa Fe, Los Alamos.
add an orchestra to them? How do you add
There's so many that I have to go see. Like, there's so many things I haven't seen yet, and I haven't had a truck, so there's no way I could go to those places with my car before. Plus, before I wasn't even that into it, but now I want to go.
How to tease, say like melodies out of the original recordings, tease them out, of course, like chord
Gonna do
changes,
Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah.
where vocals are, but how to weave in kind of the musical materials so that the orchestra.
You see the lights in the back? I put them on.
You know what I mean? So it was a lot of fun.
All right, now I'm gonna turn off the lights.
For orchestral music.
Here, let me see if I can show you what it looks like.
Familiar with those kinds
Let's
of
see, the show it. This will
rhythms,
not show it.
Latin rhythms and things like that, but
It's weird, like I can't see all the cameras when it's in park. That makes no sense. When you're in park, you might want to see all the cameras. It just shows that weird, like, 360 thing, but it doesn't let me see all of the other cameras. I do kind of rage out with Toyota's camera system because it is very cool. Don't get me wrong. It's like all technological. It's got cameras. I'm not complaining. I like the cameras. The problem is, they could be doing so much more with those cameras. Like they need to open them up so we can actually like plug into the cameras. I feel like there's a value that's lost with their crappy firmware. It's like too limited. It's like a cool hardware and then shitty software kind of thing. All right, let me grab these USBs here. We got our Meshtastic nodes. We were talking about that when we left, but I don't know if you can see it, but here's one of the Meshtastic nodes. It's got an antenna on it. You guys need to have one or more of those in your vehicle. Those are really cool. It's open source project with little LoRa radios. They're really not that expensive. They're like these really tiny low power radios. Very powerful. Very long range, very low power. You can put them on anything. And you can send encrypted messages. There's a lot of Christmas lights in my neighborhood. Okay, what should we take out of this truck? I'll come back. I'll come back and get all the goodies. Do we even get anything good? Oh, I forgot to go get the good whiskey. Oh, man. Amperature even told me to go check it out, and I still missed it. Unlock this and see if... I got some cheap ones. I got some good ones. And let's start with the scotches, I think, is what we need. Yeah. Yeah, there's Darth Vader. Let me, I'm going to try stopping this stream because I'm going to switch to home Wi-Fi and I can do much better bitrate on home. There was like no AT&T signal over there.
Oh no.
But there was Verizon. Eat up all the Verizon data. No unlimited data.
This is just bad, but that is belongs
I
to the
think the AT&T Nighthawk has like 50 gigs. 50 gig plan. But it'll say like, it'll be like
Should I buy
4
Red
bars,
Test or
5G,
Sunkist?
and still be struggling for a little bit of bitrate.
Because I'm not fully
That I don't
paid. I'm
understand
not.
very much.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Sunkist,
it's like,
I think I'm gonna get.
if you look at it,
Sunkist.
it's about the way it negotiates the speed. So it might be negotiating a strong,
Bro, this
slow
skin
speed.
actually looks amazing. How do you get it?
I left all of the beer in the back.
Flutter skate?
Gonna go get that. But the Christmas lights stayed on the back, even though I was
Yeah.
driving all around.
That's how
I forgot too. And then I saw him, and so I turned him on.
That's how I got the guide of.
Oh, protein! I gotta fix that followage. There's another one that works though. Instead of using, Nightbot, there's another one I think that's working. I just forgot what the command is. But look, now we can switch back to the desktop, so I can show you what I've been working on. Right. Better start charging this AT&T. Microphone. Okay, there we go. My mic was muted. I had to unmute that. Thank you. That is 100% right. And I was talking too. I was like, okay, I'm doing this. But I just turned on the background so you can see what my screen looks like. But that's the stuff I'm working on. Those are some 4K things. And here I'm trying to fix this overlay so that I can see all of the chat. Because when I'm live, it like blocks the chat. When I'm not live, then it shows the chat. So let me see if I can fix that. Yeah, cheers, protein. Oh, protein. I left my drinks in the other room. Now I have to go get them. Let me do the overlay so I can go get them. Let's do this. See what it says. Top. Here we go here. I'm going to say top left again. Last time it didn't seem to work. Top left. Yes. I should make a little tutorial. This is one tutorial I never made, was the how to set up this mobile app. There's a couple of different mobile apps out there. I want to try the one that hooks to drones. We have like the ultimate drone workflow, and then now there's yet another method for bringing drones in that I want to try. But let me see, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the setting for connections, home, SRT, because I was using the outdoor bonding. Now I'm going to switch to the indoor method. In the indoor method, we can do really high bit rates. Damn it, that's not the right one. What bitrate should we set this phone to? What bitrate do you want to see it can do? I'm going to set it to 8500. That's low. That's not that high, but it'll be overkill for HEVC in 1080. 1080 30. 1080p 30 FPS. 8500 kbps. There. Okay. I have something in chat, so I can see if this over. Yes, better. Yes. I checked it before I left. Let me see. Oh yeah. What about now? Dude, that wasn't my fault. Dude, that wasn't my fault. That one was not my fault. That one was not my fault. My sound was on in OBS. In the app, I toggled the mute unmute. And then it started working. Okay, let's try again. Now it's super low bit rate. Now it's like super low bit rate. Hold on. Okay. How about now? Okay, it's working.
So weird.
So that was so weird. Yeah, the app was doing all of that. Like I had the app like streaming and it wasn't registering any audio, but it wasn't muted. So then after I started pressing all the buttons, then it started working. And then I looked at the bit rate, and the bit rate's at 1 megabit per second. So I think the app just needs to be restarted.
Alright, mine's 9 days and 16 hours. What about yours?
Streamers will contact me sometimes. Ooh, let's use the Alliance
What about
cup.
yours?
This would be cool. Sometimes streamers will contact me and they'll be like, you know, my stream's acting up, it's not working, or it's not connecting, or something weird.
10 days?
No, it's not easy to know what the problem is at first. And I tell them, just restart the app and restart your phone. And guess what? That fixes it 99% of the time. And the funny thing about that is, that was the same fix for the Live View way back in the old days when we were doing backpacks with Live View. Same fix. Turn it off, turn it back on again. Just starts working instantly. All right, let's do Coke.
There's the admin.
We're gonna do a Coke and a whiskey.
And there's the admin, artful, and Devesto. That is. That is.
Ice and the where is it? There it is.
Bro, you only got
Can't really see it. There's the Alliance thing there. A little bit of Coke. And then we'll put in a little bit. We put a little bit of sugar in there. You don't need any sugar, but I really did feel like I haven't had a Coke and a whiskey in a very long time. So that's what I was thinking.
It's done. I finished them. I want
What'd you make?
another ornament. I can't stop.
Good ornament.
Yeah.
I can't stop.
Miss Psynaps has a bunch of ornament making stuff and is making lots of ornaments.
For no reason though. It's not like
So-
I sell them or anything. I'm just doing it.
She's opening up an ornament shop
But I'm not.
because she accidentally made too many. And now has a inventory.
Dump some inventory.
It's got to dump some inventory on the shop, I guess. Dude, my phone battery is like getting zonked by these live streams. These 1080 live streams take a lot of phone battery. I'll have to go back and watch it later. See if we put enough bitrate in there. Okay, so we got the blended Scotch whiskey. Let's put some in the cup. And finally have some cheers. At last. After this long journey. Maybe now we can finally have a toast. Say cheers to all of you guys. And maybe make some artwork. Hey, Sada TV is here. Yes, you're right. But the reason I did the Coke first, there's no excuse because it was done improperly. Technically it was improper. But the booze was in the other room. So I had to get the Coke and the ice on one side, and then the booze was on the other side. So I had to do it backwards. And the cup was also on the other side too, so it was all backwards. But anyway, cheers to you guys. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. You just want the straight scotch on top to pretend it was a mix. Oh, like the little floater on top. Yes. Now, usually I just put the scotch in there with ice. I think that's how it's the best. But I really like, you know how you kind of decide beforehand. I was like, I really want a Coke and whiskey. So then I had to do all the things to reach the goal. Whether the whiskey by itself is better or not, I just had to have the Coke and the whiskey, so I had to do it anyway. But you're doing morning coffee. Oh, nice. In Perth. You moved here two bit years ago? Nice. We were actually contemplating some Australian cultural things earlier. I was talking about my truck and you know, I've been watching some Aussie guys doing overlanding and off-roading in Australia. And the Aussie overlanders are pretty hardcore. I mean, there's like a crazy community of off-roaders. But it's weird. It's funny because they do things differently. You know, as usual, you know, the US and Australia, you know, doing all the same things, just slightly differently in their different styles. And so the Aussies were, they kept saying the tub. They kept saying the tub of the truck. They're like, we're going to do this to the tub and put this in the tub. And I was like, what's the fucking tub? And because here we call it the bed of the truck. You know, like the back of the truck where the you know, where you put the cargo and whatever. You know, I've never heard it called the tub, so I was trying to fucking translate. The wheel tubs. I don't know. Is that what it is? I needed a translator. These guys were, you know, these guys are pros too, you know, so I didn't understand half the things they were saying just because they were pros, and then the other half was because they were Australian. I've not heard that either. Well, what do you call the bed of the truck? Why are these guys calling it the tub? Oh, they're calling it the fucking tub. Maybe it's just their thing. I don't know. But I remember, I think we Aussies may have started the whiskey and cola in cans. The bed? The tray. Yeah, that's right. Because somebody in the chat earlier said tray. Called it the tray. Okay. I don't know. None of them make sense. Maybe tray makes the most sense out of all of them. I don't know. Now I had look at this 4K. I'm doing these. I just did this today, so I wanted to see what happened. And you know how I get with my science. I wanted to see what would happen if I trained the image model, the Quinn image. That's one of the new generative image models. You can download for free. That means, you know, Protein and SATA and everybody, you guys can do this exact thing that I'm doing. And Holy Sheep and everybody that's here. I think you see Dezo is up there. I couldn't read all the chats earlier because it was my overlays were all messed up, but I see Zentrocity's there too. That's cool. But you want to make 14.4? Okay. I'll try making it. I'm chaining these together. That was on my list of things to do in this program. But, you know, this is ComfyUI. It's called ComfyUI. Definitely check it out. I've been telling everybody to check it out for the last couple of days. This one rendered at 4K. And this is weird. It's such a weird workflow. Now, I think you could do this with Google and you could do this with like ChatGPT and all that. But no. We're not doing that. No, we're not going to go to the platform and order a background from there because they don't know what's going on. They've got amazing 3D models, but that's dumb. This you can download and do this all yourself. Just like in the past where we've done After Effects or Cinema 4D and Blender. I know not everybody does Adobe, but a lot of people have Adobe. Whatever programs we use, they're programs you can also use and whatever. And we can chain all the stuff together using Comfy and make these pretty elaborate node-based things. And they're coming out super cool. And you put your prompt in there. You know, look at these wild prompts. I think prompting is kind of fun. It's actually kind of boring sometimes, but when you get a good prompt, then you're like, yeah, let's go. You know, and then you kind of like their prompts better because you feel like you're more in control with a good prompt. But this is like, you know, an extreme desktopper. That's a weird word, but that's because I trained this. So that's the keyword. That's the magic word that unlocks the AI's training. And it makes an ultra-realistic close-up of a 3D desktop wallpaper rendering of Psynaps in a minimalistic font, seamlessly integrated into a future cyberpunk digital background that can appear inside a fire. Digital fire, rendered with precision. And then it goes on to say a bunch of other dumb shit. So this is the prompt, and then this crazy thing is what it made. So you turned 47? Oh, we're all old. You feel old or no? 40? Are you 47 young or 47 old? But happy birthday. And Protein says I'm 42. I'm not going to tell you guys how old I am, but it's going to be in between there somewhere. I think we're all old folks here. We're going to be in a home here pretty soon. No, that's not true. We're not in the home. We're just over the hill. And listen, you can set the hill wherever you want. You're only as young as you feel. I feel old some days, but I feel young today. Being here with you guys, hanging out, having a cheers, like the old days, makes me feel younger. Being live, mentally young, physically old. There you go. That's the way. Swifty taught me that. Swifty taught me that only being as old as you feel is true. He taught me that was not just a saying. You can actually do that. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, on this 3D stuff, I started off with a 1280 by 720, and then look at this nutty 4K upscale of the AI. That's really not too bad. Sada knows graphics. So does Protein. You guys know your graphics really well, and this is how long would it have taken to build this scene in Cinema 4D? Took quite a while. You know, it also takes a long time to get the right prompt. You know, we might spend all day or even all week on an image to get it just right. And then with the AI, it can do it faster, but you end up having to do more. Like you got to try different seeds, you got to try different settings, you got to try different prompts, and then finally you get a badass thing at the end. So it also can take a long time. I think you're not cheating by using the AI. You know, you're not. It still takes like planning and effort and time, and so therefore, I think it's just a different tool. So it's not like we made the job any easier by using the AI. We just put it through a different pipeline. It's just a different program. And the cool thing about this one is these are open source. They're free. AI is free, boys. Unfortunately, those GPUs, as you know, are not free. Unfortunately, there's a little problem with the GPU prices, but the AI models themselves are as free can be. And private too. So, you know, when you create these, you're not sharing your work with Google. Google probably has copyright to all the images you make. Who knows? You get into an argument with it. Yeah, that's funny too, because, you know, with the AI, you can tell it off if you want. You could be like, damn it, AI, you're wrong. You jerk, make it right. And then it'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. I know, you're right. I did it wrong. Now I'll do it right. And then it, you know, goes and starts working on a new one again. You know, funny story that I heard online was that that if you abuse the AI, actually makes its outputs better. Was the article. You know, like if you give it, like the more shit you give it, it actually like improves its results a little bit. And I was like, so what, we're supposed to like be mean to the AI and then it'll do better? Like, what are you telling us here? Protein says, after 3 years of hard work, I'm old in both categories. Oh no. But now I got some time just playing here, some games again, bought a new GPU. Oh, you got the new GPU, Protein? I got a new GPU too, but it's not a new one. It's an old one. I got a used one for that computer back there for the AI. I got an older used model with more VRAM than the one that's in my workstation, just so I could just put all the jobs on that one back there so it doesn't interfere with my workstation. And my whole family uses it. Like, my whole family uses our AI. I set it up kind of nice. I don't know if you guys have ever watched the YouTuber, what's this called? Network Chuck? I think his name is like Network Chuck, I think. Well, he did the same thing. He made his video way after I made my AI system, but he made his AI system like almost exactly how I have mine. I think he put two 4090s in a server. I don't have two 4090s, but I got 3090 and a Quadro back in that one back there, and that's kind of what I already had on hand. And then I saw there was a deal on a 3090 used. It was a PNY 3090, and some store was trying to dump some used ones. Had a whole lot of them, so I got one. I was like, should I get two? So I just got one because I already had a Quadro back there, an A4000. So that's 24. That's a total of like 40 gigabytes of VRAM. So almost like two 4090s, but the 4090s would be way faster. But so when I cook these images here, I can say, okay, one model gets loaded on one GPU, the other model gets loaded on another GPU, and I can kind of like figure it out so they can both be using both GPUs. The weird thing about images, though, this workflow doesn't natively use all GPUs at the same time. So I think some LLMs can like use multiple GPUs and some can't. The image ones apparently can't. I don't know why. That's some science I have yet to understand fully. But this is how we generate the 4K. First, we do the 720 version. Then we upscale it a little bit using what's called the latent upscaler, where we're just using the same Quinn model to upscale it with a special denoise setting. And it gives it detail. See, look at the before and after. You see that fire is different? That's the before. This one has kind of less details, less resolution. If you zoom in, you can see the pixels a little more. And then the after, here comes the after, and it makes it sharper with more details and less pixelation. And I only did a 1.5 upscale, and it's significantly different. Protein, you got the 5080 Phoenix. There you go. Yeah, Protein always has some nice stuff. Got the good stuff there. Yeah, 5080, very good GPU. For video games, you can also do this AI too on the 5080. I think that's the best thing about the GPUs is you can do lots of different AIs. Yes, you can use Google for AI and ChatGPT and everything. You know, those models are the biggest. They are, the biggest and the best and stuff. But with your own GPU, you can do more. You can do the games. You can also do the inferencing. It can write your emails and everything just like ChatGPT. You can do these images, and then you can get creative and plug them all in together. Create your own thing. I think that's good, especially if you appreciate privacy. I appreciate privacy. I'll ask Google a lot of questions. Like, I'll ask Google the dumbest questions. I'll have it help me with AI. I've even vibe coded some things. I'll say, hey, Google, Gemini 3.0 is pretty good. I'll say, organize my code. Give me some functions. Turn these functions into a class for me. Because if I did it, then I'd have to, write it, copy and paste it, maybe write it a little bit, do some debugging. If I put it in Gemini, it's literally a one shot. It's going to turn my functions into a class like instantly. So I'll use it for that kind of stuff. But what if it's some private stuff? What if it has like your API keys in it? What if, it's already, what if you just feel like it's something sentimental, or, you don't want to share it with Google for any personal reason. It doesn't matter what reason it is. It's yours. It's your decision if you want to share it or not. So sometimes I don't want to share it with Google. And so I bring my own AI in and I run it through that. Sometimes with your own AI, it's just as good. It's even faster. And if it's not as good, it just means you need a better prompt. There's really nothing that the home AI can't do. It just sometimes it needs a little more love to do it at home on your own 5080s or 5090s or even 3090s. 4K is overrated. I can confirm professionally, even professionally, a lot of people that have been trying to do 4K workflows, they've come down, and said, hey, 4K, it's too many pixels. We would rather do 1080 or 1440p, like you said. Yeah, you don't need to go 4K, but the AI, it should do 4K and 1440 pretty similar. So see here where I just put in 4096. I should technically put in 3840. But the 4096 will just give it some more pixels. But I mean, shit, we could probably even go 8K. 4K is overrated. What about 8K? But for the desktop wallpapers, I mean, yeah, 1440p is for live, for video, for YouTube. I think for most stuff, there's no good reason to go more than 1440p because 4K is more pixels. That means more overhead. That means more resources. That means your computer's going to working harder for working longer. And is anybody even going to know the difference at the end of the day? Most likely not. The way people consume media, half the people are still on phones. 4K is not going to look much different than 1440 on a phone. 1080 might look similar to 4K on a phone, even a nice phone with a nice screen. So, yeah, you're right. And I'm trying to say, I agree 100%. Intel or AMD? I use both. I think this computer that I have right now is an overclocked Intel. And to be honest, I like the Intels. The Intels do have a higher clock speed, but they seem to perform better on single core things. Guess what's single core a lot of times? Games. So the Intels, will push some FPS. And I thought, okay, I want some single core speed for video rendering. So I got the Intel. But the one behind me is an AMD. And I had the AMD for longer than this one. I like the AMDs better, to be honest. I switch every couple of generations. I switch between Intel and AMD. I'll run Intel for a couple of years. Then I'll run AMD for a couple of years on my main workstation. Then I'll run Intel. So what I have here is a mix of Intels and AMDs in my computer lab. I got them both. So is one better than the other? Look, on some little things, yeah, I think the AMDs are better at a lot of stuff. I think the Intels are better overclocking single core. Which one's better overall? The one that works for you is the better one. What are you going to say?
Nothing. I was just going to tell you dinner in like an hour.
Oh, nice. Oh, that will be delicious. Yes, I'm tired too. I think we're like bears. We want to hibernate in the winter. I'm tired. I stay up late. I stay up late and don't get very much sleep. That's why I'm tired. But it's just, I think more it's because we want to hibernate. So Intel or AMD? So what do you say about Intel or AMD? And you know what else? Here, I'll tell you what. I think AMD's in the lead for sure. Absolutely, AMD's in the lead. Because AMD did things that I didn't think we would ever see. Like AMD made faster processors for a cheaper price. And so Intel, the reason we always paid a little extra for Intel, they always have a little price premium on them. We'd pay a little bit extra for Intel because they were faster for video rendering, maybe. There were some years that was true. That's not true anymore. And so that's why we paid more. And so we were actually paying for the value that Intel brought our workflow and our productivity. We're producing more because Intel was actually, pushing it through, with those, the performance metrics. But then everything changed, and that was already years ago. Then AMD started getting faster on the performance benchmarks, but the price was not more than Intel. So you still paid more for the Intel, and you paid more for less performance now. And that's Intel's new model. But now, like you say, you got the 14700. That's the one I have, but not the F. I don't know what the F is. I have the 1470 in here, and it's the one of the original ones. So I have it underclocked because the original ones, they would get a little bit hot. They would run kind of hot, and a lot of people blew up their CPUs because they went, like off the lot, they're like too overclocked. And when I first got it, I was like, what the hell is it doing? It's like overclocking too much. So I underclocked it. And it's been fine for games and stuff. But it's a good one. I mean, I think it's fine. It does everything. It's very fast. Video games are nice. I've got the NVIDIA 4000 series in here. Everything is nice. The AI is nice. Games are nice. Coding, of course, like I'm compiling. It does everything. It's nice to compile on the 14, the new gen Intels. But if I'm going to buy a new computer later, it might be an AMD. Yeah, I would. Yeah, my next one will be an AMD for sure. No more fucking around with the Intels. Maybe I'll come back to it again. So it's okay. Like it's nice to play this game where, you cycle through them. Intel comes out with a nice platform. Maybe you're in the market. Then get the Intel's, nice platform. Next time you're in the market, many years down the road, now we're old. We're very old, so we're slow. We don't buy computers as often as we used to, because we're old now. The computers, they still seem fast because we're slow. So maybe some years down the road, you're in the market again. Look at the prices and the performance, and then you can decide based on that. That's what I do. And so there was a time, when I was streaming a lot, Protein, when I did a lot of streaming, YouTube was going, streaming was going, collaborations. We were rendering, the render farms were going, everything was going really fast. I was buying a new computer every year when that was going fast. But that's because I actually needed it. And then the old computer would go into the render farm. So there was actually a real reason to get the newer computers. And I wasn't getting the newest computer, not the newest. I would go like one gen down, but then I would upgrade more often. I'd go one step down on performance, but then I would get a new computer twice as often. And so that was a model, and we talked about it. We already talked about that a lot for a long time. If you do that, you can actually keep upgrading more and more and more. Nowadays, I'm not like trying to game the system so much. It's just like, does it get the job done? Is it enough? And, what's the price performance ratio? Okay, so let me focus here a little bit. We had to get these. I got to make you one of these, Protein. But before I make it, I have to plug in all these things first. So let me see where we're plugging them in. Do you like this? I like this one right here that I made. This one's really cool. We're going to make some of these. But the reason that I made this was I was testing this. I went back and I looked at all the old intros, and not the intros, but the background images. I still have to go back and look at the intros, but I put the images in. I trained it overnight on the 3090. You can train the Quinn images. They're hard to train because Quinn is a very big model. Maybe Z image would be much faster to train, but we're not doing Z image. We're doing Quinn. And it took 8 hours to train it, but it did it. And so I'll cycle through some of these to see what they look like. And some of them are not that great. They're just like whatever. These are simple prompts. I'm not like innovating anything here. I'm sure any text rendering model can make these, but these are not just any model. these are trained on the Psynaps backgrounds. So if you look at it closely, you'll notice there's some lens flares. That was the first thing it did. It got the lens flares, and now it wants to put lens flares in all of them because I trained it like that. So these are like, okay, so these are the ones where I said put it in like with a battle background. Put it with a space background. These look like the backgrounds that I've done previously with space. And then there's some that look like World of Warcraft back here somewhere. Let me see, that's the space one still. I'm just kind of running it just to see what it does, making different kinds. I told it to put some tanks in there. Those tanks are kind of crappy, but they're there. And, oh, it didn't let me go all the way back for some reason. Maybe this one will. Let me cut straight to the... Yeah, no, kinda. But these ones here, see, this is not, this looks like World of Warcraft, but it's not. It's the AI. The AI completely made up this background. But they're based on my WoW backgrounds, so they kind of look like World of Warcraft a little bit. I told it to put it in a dungeon, so it made these. These totally look like WoW, but they're not, because, you know. And then it made that one. I like that one. It's just clean 3D text. Like, holy shit, I made a background one time. I think it was a Christmas background with text in a background exactly looking like that. So I think the training worked. This means the training worked. Wait, let me check my webcams are giving me alerts. Let me turn off that alert. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I saw I see Daniel Smoke on the YouTube side. I just pulled that up because my chats are all disconnected. But you got every pick and renders. You are the... Wait, what did I do? Okay, it's fine. Anyway, it says you got every pick and renders. You are the only one that can get my YouTube account back. I have not got one answer back in years. Well, they're not going to answer me, Protein. Like, I'm not even monetized on YouTube. So they're not going to listen to anything I say because I'm not even monetized on YouTube. Like they took my monetization away a long time ago. I'm wondering if I'm going to buy the Steam machine. No, definitely don't. Protein, you don't need the Steam. I mean, if you want to, I'm not going to tell you what to buy. You buy whatever the fuck you want. But the Steam machine, I wouldn't buy in a million years. I'd spend the money on a Steam machine and invest it into the computer. That's what I would do. Oh, Steam has never had a machine that was. But on the other hand, okay, let me play devil's advocate and, play the other side of the story. Steam also, sometimes they've been doing this. They also might just make it easier to do what you're trying to do. Like, it might just give you features that are just make it easier. And so that brings value to what you're trying to do. But I'm pretty sure you can do it with your computer. Like, you've got that 5080, fuck. I would probably spend the money on NVMEs, SSDs, storage, GPUs, more stuff to make your main rig just badass, and then just do the Steam part the hard way. That's what I would do, and that would be more fun for me. Speaking of buying stuff and doing things the hard way, you know what I bought? I bought solar panels for my house. I bought like 1 million solar panels. But here's the problem. I just bought the solar panels, which means I have to build the solar system myself. The solar panels are not that expensive. Now, I was going to say they're cheap, and they are compared to how they used to be. They're much cheaper now. And, I bought these cheap Chinese solar panels. They're already shipping them to the US. I don't know what the prices are like in in, where you live, maybe solar is different there. It's most certainly different. But here, the prices are all messed up. And they wanted to sell me solar panels for tens of thousands of dollars of US dollars for installing solar panels. And I was like, that sounds like really scammy. I could just buy the solar panels for, $100 a piece, and they're big too. They're like big, more than 400 watts a piece. And you could buy dozens of them to power all these GPUs, for the AI and all that, and the computers and the everything, the lights. Well, lights are LEDs now. They don't take any power now, but I bought all the solar panels, and now I need help installing them because I don't know how to install solar panels. It's not hard to learn, but even if you want to do it yourself, you still need help. You need another person or a couple of guys to hoist them up and put them in, and so I need to work with someone, a professional, to get them up there. But I got all these solar panels now. Yep. So we're going to get free energy from the sun if I can trick someone to putting them up for me. So the problem I've run into here is my city. They do, since I'm inside the city, they have rules about what you can, about buildings. You got to get building permits, and the power company is very strict. If anything involves wires, they want you to get a permit through them. And I was thinking, oh no, that's not right. That's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to the power company is the last thing I want to talk to about solar. The solar power, this is so I can get energy from the sun. I don't want anything to do with the power company. I want energy from the sun, not them. I mean, I still get power from them. That's okay. But I don't think they should have anything to do with me and the sun. The point I'm trying to make is I have a relationship with the sun. It's like we all do. All of us get light from the sun. It comes down from space onto us, and then we get it, right? It just lands on us. I didn't think that I needed to ask permission from my power company to let the sun land on me. I thought the sun landing on me was it just landed on all of us, like on the whole earth. Like, doesn't matter where you are, where you live, the sun just kind of lands on us. I didn't think the power company would own the sun. After I bought all my solar panels, I come to learn my local power company owns the sun and tells us how much sun can fall on us or not. So that's been a hard thing to kind of accept. And, you guys don't have this problem. You might be listening to me thinking, well, dude, you must live in a dumb city. Check your city. Your city might also own the sun. Your city might also give you permission by law, enforceable by law, whether or not you can collect any photons from the sun or not. You might be surprised your government may also do that. So I'm hoping that I can figure this out and get my solar panels up, because so far nobody will install my solar panels until I get permission from the government and the power companies and whether or not I can collect energy from the sun. That's where I'm at. Protein says 2 computers, lights, washing, plus, and crazy lady running around here. We pay about $60 a month for electricity bill, and we live by a river. $60. Wow. That's pretty good, right? Right? Because my power bill is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month. Not quite up to 1,000. Remember Swifty? Swifty said his power bill was thousands of dollars a month when he was doing the gaming house. And I was like, what? Why? How? No, you can't be in the thousands. But he said he was in the thousands. I've never been in the thousands, but it's always been the hundreds. Even when I'm not using that much power, it's hundreds of dollars. So I need the solar. You are by a river that makes power. See, that's amazing. Using the water for power, that generates a lot of power. Also the wind, I would use wind. We do have a lot of wind here, but I can't put up windmills. I don't think there's windmills allowed where I'm at. Windmill is still controversial. How much power you can capture from the wind is not quite optimized all the way, it seems. But water, that one always generates the most power. And solar's getting better. You can make money, but why waste it on things you can change? Like, what do you mean? Like, I don't know. I could be wrong about the solar too. Like, maybe it's a waste of time to try to collect photons, but I want to collect the photons. Like, I just think it's the right thing to do. I think when you live in the desert like me, there's a lot of sun and a lot of heat, and the roof gets very hot. It gets hot on our house, and the sun eats up everything. It's a lot of UV rays. It's very, very energetic. I think in that environment, you should just cover your house with solar. Is what I think. If you can save money, why not? Yes. I'm saving money, and then it's good stuff too. It's like it saves a lot of money, I think. In theory, anyway, on paper, it saves money because you're saving money on the electricity itself, which the power company, they charge too much money. They just up the prices every year. They just up. It's a business, I don't increase my prices. My prices that I charge for my service have always been the same, even since many years ago, even before COVID. I never increased my prices. But everybody else does for some reason. Maybe I'm the idiot. Actually, I'm the nice guy. So for me, I don't understand why the price is always increasing so much. So I want to get away from that. With the solar panels, the prices don't increase. They actually go down because the solar technology gets better. So prices go down over time, not up. Although solar panels do reduce their efficiency in power generation over time. But the presumption is that you pay off your solar panels very quickly, and then you just buy more solar panels in 10 years. So that's how it should be. The solar panels should be so cheap that by the time they're already paid off, they paid themselves off, gave you a profit, and then you have a surplus of profit to buy more solar panels that will bring you more profit. That's how it should be. And guess what? In 2025, going into 2026, that's exactly how it is. So the solar panels are cheap. Then you make a profit, and then also you save your roof. I think, and nobody agrees with me on this, I'm all by myself here, the solar panels protect your house. They're a protective covering for your house. They protect your roof in two ways. Physically, because they're hard, they're made out of like sometimes they have an aluminum fitting on them. So they got the aluminum. They protect your roof physically and also with shade because they collect the sun. All the sun hits the solar panel and not your roof. So you're actually increasing the longevity of your roof as well. As long as you don't get the leaks, you got to fix when you screw them in, you got to use a good material there. So maybe it's on paper, it's correct. But in practice, it probably depends on where you live, how much humidity and moisture, how much snow. You probably get a lot of snow and rain, whatever your environment, has. Maybe the solar is not as good. Maybe it's better to use water. In some places, it's better to use wind. For me, I'm in the desert. For me, it's the sun. Moving to Norway will save you a lot of trouble. Well, yes. Norway, but Protein, are you in Norway right now? I thought you were in further. You're in Norway. Okay. Our Scandinavia countries, our EU countries, Norway, and a lot of these countries are actually intelligent. You gotta remember, I live in the US. In the US, intelligence, there's no requirement for that. There's no requirement for being practical, for being smart, for being right. We don't do those things here. Those are not part of life. Those are not part of profit. Those are not part of business. It's not part of productivity. It's not part of capitalism. You don't need to be smart. You just need to have money, and you just need to be an asshole. Those are the things that profit and get you ahead here where I live. Okay. Money, asshole. That's all I can think of. There's not really much more than that. In Norway, the people are actually reasonable. You could probably actually talk to someone and have a conversation and like get things done and make things good for the future of our children and the future of the world. I believe the Norwegians will be capable of this. In the US, it's not. You actually will be punished for behaving that way. Right? Well spoken, Tedo. I think so too. I know I'm not wrong. I know I'm not. Thank you, but I know, somebody could argue with me, but it doesn't make me any less right or wrong. It just is the way it is, and that's just it. It's just the way it is. You could be like, well, fuck you, Psynaps. Americans, this is the best country in the world. I'm not saying it's not the best country in the world. I'm just saying intelligence and doing the right thing and practical, reasonable behavior is just not something we do here. It's just, you don't come to the US because you want to be around smart people. And they're smart people. I'm not saying the people are dumb. I'm just saying like the collective, the society of the US, the government and the rules and the way things work and the things you can do and can't do. It has nothing to do with intelligence here. Like you're punished for being smart here. Being smart is naughty here. You probably would, get suspended from school and go to jail for being smart and around these parts. So if you're smart, don't tell anyone. Or like Protein said, go to Norway. There, everything, then there you can be smart and probably people might respect you there. My dream is going to the US. It will never happen. You can still do it. Don't let your dreams be memes. Just do it. You go to the US. Just don't come here because of the quote unquote American dream. Foreigners know about the American dream more than Americans do. I wouldn't come here for that. Come here for the pizza or the enchiladas. But for the American dream, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe it's alive. You guys, you would have to tell me. It's hard to say. It's hard to tell from the inside. It's cold in here in Norway. 6 months a year. Well, we can trade then. I go to Norway, you come to the US. Okay, because here it's hot. So if you've been cold and now you're too cold and you're complaining about the cold, that's okay. Because I am complaining about the hot. So if we trade places, then maybe we will just stop complaining. Actually, we will still probably keep complaining because we're old. And when you're old, you just complain about everything. It doesn't matter. It's too hot. It's too cold. It's everybody's dumb. Everything's wrong. That's just being old. That's just part of it's part of life, I think. No matter where you are, if you go to Norway, you're too cold. If you go here where I'm at in New Mexico, the Southwest US, it's too hot. There's no way to be perfectly happy. But I do need to cool down a little bit. It does get too hot around here. Ted says, I looked into moving to Scotland if it didn't cost so much and such a hard process. Oh, Scotland. That's interesting. I did get some scotch earlier from Scotland. I got some blended scotch whiskey. Double aged for the extra smoothness. Perthshire, Scotland is what I'm drinking. Yep. Well, if you can't go there, if you can't live there, you can at least taste. Do you remember that Scottish guy? Whenever I was buying scotch a long time ago, I did a live stream and there was the Scotland guy. And he said that, in some of the distilleries in Scotland, he said you can taste the smell of the ocean. You could taste the salt of the sea in their barrels or something. There was some story to the distillery where you could, it was right on the coast, so you could actually taste it. And I was like, if you say so. I mean, it tastes like scotch to me. That's all I can tell. But if you could taste the salt from the sea, then good on you. You can get 100 degrees Fahrenheit in the hottest days in summer. How the F can you live in the heat? I can't. Protein, that's why I got to buy the solar panels. That's why I got to put the solar panels to block the sun and to power the air conditioner. That's why I wanted to get the solar panels so desperately. That's why I'm so mad about them. Because, yes, you're right. Fuck that. Yes. If I could describe the heat in the Southwest, I could describe it in one word. Fuck. Everyone understands the word fuck. That's it. It's fuck. That's the heat of the Southwest. I have good news, though. It can get worse. I lived in Tucson for a couple of years. Tucson, Arizona. And Arizona, like Phoenix, Arizona. Tucson, Arizona. Very hot. New Mexico is a higher elevation because we have the Rocky Mountains that go right down the state of Colorado and New Mexico. The Rocky Mountains, very big mountains. And so the elevation is higher where I'm at. But still, we go above 100 degrees Fahrenheit in the mountains. In the mountains, there's a lot of UV. So even if it's not hot, the UV, it'll give you like a sunburn. And then you have like the high UV and the high temperatures. Then it's just like a nuclear meltdown in the summer. So yeah. I thought fuck was your beard hair. Yeah. As you know, the word fuck itself is one of the most highly versatile words of the English language. So yes, it can describe many, many things, including the beard hairs as well. But this one is not so negative. The heat, that one is not good. The beard hair, it's okay. It's all right. Speaking of it, looks like it started a whole family. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's no slowing down there. Yeah, the gray hairs coming in, lots of those. And the kids too. Having kids also makes you some extra gray hairs. That's okay. That means you're wise. It's a wisdom. Work visas. If you have to pay for it yourself, plus your credit from the US does not carry over. So you have to start over. Renting or buying. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. It's different over there. Maybe it's starting over. Hopefully you don't have to borrow too much. The whole borrowing thing is part of the whole problem of our economy in the first place. So maybe it's just, maybe if we borrowed less, it might not be so bad. I was wondering if Sai was going to do going to a mall acting like Santa. Oh, you think I could be Santa? I'm flattered. You think I could do Santa, but I think I need some more gray hairs. I think they're just telling me I have gray hairs. Miss Psynaps laughed at that. She chuckled. Oh, I'm not going to tell him that. Should I tell him that? She said that she's the only one who could sit on my lap. She says I can't be Santa because only she sits on my lap. So I think that's a good deal. Don't you guys think? Pretty good. I'll make that deal with her. She wants exclusive lap sitting. Okay, hold on. Let me check my notes. You guys distracted me. Now I forgot how I have to get these. I have to get Protein's name in 3D here, but I have to check how, because I wrote it out. I thought about it when I was calm and not distracted so that I could do this, and now I'm distracted. We have to hook these workflows together. See, now I'm getting distracted again because in my notes, I was trying to do the pole dance with the AI. The AI did not do a good job of me pole dancing. So that one we're going to have to push back a little bit till I can figure that out. But I still want to do that. We got to connect these workflows, go from the prompt to the image. And, oh, I know what we got to do. We got to fix these. Let me see if I can open up I'm going to open up Photoshop, old school Photoshop. If it will launch for us, should. Haven't updated in a long time, so it doesn't seem to care. And then look at the images. I bet Protein is in here. These are just random backgrounds. Let's see, wool cap. Oh, I know Proteins. All of Proteins are in here. But I don't know if it selected those ones. There's a Nasta Lock, Psynaps 008, Snakebite, Switchcore, Jones Fin. Oh, there's Protein right there. Look at it. I knew it was going to be in there. So the AI did train on this. 10 years ago, you made my BF4 intro? Tedo says, I think that's what caused the kids to get gray hairs. Yes. The BF4 one is the best one of all time. But this one here, that one was also pretty good. There's Nico. What is that one? Hottie Tom. Oh, I should have went through these last night because Hottie Tom was here. Kimbo. Oh, Orange Paw. Dravos. There's the Psynaps ones. Egreth. Holy crap, the names are giving me so much nostalgia. Yes, and they're not all the names are here. It was just like trying to pick randomly, and then names that had numbers in them. Flater Fan, Enshadowed. That one was a good one. Anasalic Aperture. Hey, it's Addy. Hey, Addy. You guys remember Addy? I wonder where Addy's at. There's another one with the bullet. The bullet one's always good. So you remember, like, these intros, wallpapers, they took a long time to make. The old way. Oh, Latin, Pretty Girl. Remember that one time she drank a whole fifth of Jimador on the stream? I'll never forget that. Neil J99. There's the Adobe ones. Demon Wolf, Bad Omen. Another one. There's another one, Protein 404 from this. I think, and some of these backgrounds too, you might be thinking, oh, it's just a World of Warcraft background. It's like whatever, anybody can take those pictures. But we actually went through some crazy maneuvers and methods to get these backgrounds. Like sometimes we were using tools that we weren't even sure if they were against Blizzard terms of service because they would let us get the perfect pictures, kind of fly around and get special pictures And the background, that's not even the WoW background. Somehow it's a new background. So we would make these in 3D, give them special lighting so that we can get the 3D text. And so there's this, all of these things we did that were cool, and we learned methods and whatever. And now, instead of doing all of that, which is still fun, we should probably still do it. Graphics artists are still doing it. Now we're going to get the AI to go even crazier and not have to do all that crazy stuff. It's going to do a lot of it for us, and then also give us the ability to like add even more effects and stuff. So the AI is going to be like, hey, there's boosted. The AI is going to be hit or miss. It's going to allow us to be more creative and do creative things that we could never do before. But the problem with AI is it's not going to get all of the details right, because you know how AI hallucinates? It's not going to get the exact WoW models. Like this right here is the exact WoW models that came from the game. That's why it was controversial, why Blizzard doesn't like us mining the data of World of Warcraft and copying their models so exactly. That's what this is. This is taking the models directly from the game to create the image. So the AI is going to be a little more creative in some ways. We'll have to see what happens. I don't even I remember these, but I don't remember when we did these. These are cool. That's the Greeble effect. I do like the Greeble effect. It's cool. There's Quantum. This was the time when I went to sleep in the daytime and I wake up and you started streaming. Isn't that what I do too? Sky Illusion. Doesn't call Smart Porcupine. Turn up the bacon. There's Woglin. Wolfness DK. That one actually looks really cool there. I don't like the model so much. I feel like the model is a little bit blurry, but the text is legit. And that's the last one. And that's not all of them. There's so many more. More could be added in. So I put this whole folder to train the AI. I just threw them all in there just to see what would happen. And then this is kind of what came out. Now it makes them like this. And so all I have to do now, all we have to do is come up with the perfect prompt for these. And I'm going to hook this up to Prometheus bot. That's the end goal. And then it's going to render these, Prometheus bot is going to be able to render them. So I think it would be really cool if I could get it to you where, okay, let's say we're doing a subscriber wallpaper or something. And you, instead of you only get one wallpaper, or it just gives you one, maybe you like it, maybe you don't like it. Maybe it could also give you the option to like remake it because it's part of this flow. So you could send it through this flow and make it how you want it to look, or change it, or add a new seed to it or something like that. I don't know. Just some ideas I was having. I was like, how can we connect this to you more is what I'm thinking. Because I'm having fun with it. Like I love doing these nodes. It's very nice. Like during the holidays, sometimes, it's good to de-stress, and to blow off a little bit of steam as you're closing down one year and getting excited to start another year. I like what this workflow does for that. I think it's fits in perfectly with the holidays and just with art and productivity and understanding how AI works. How can we use this to make something useful? And I want to share that. I like that stuff, so I want to share it with everyone. But I just have to find a way that makes it easy. Because right now the way it's set up is you got to get ComfyUI, and then we can share these workflows, and you got to download the models, and you can do all that. I'm going to try to teach everybody how to do all that. What if we could just make it easy and just like connect it to the chat bot, or make it so you can just log in and see what I see and use it like that? That would be pretty cool. I don't think anybody's doing that. I'm sure somebody in the creative streaming community is doing this kind of stuff. We know there's streamers who have been doing AI for a couple of years now on their streams in different ways, but this is, I think, might be a new way. What is this video that you linked here? That's something I can just like pop open on stream. Let me see what happens if I click it. I'm gonna click it. Oh, this intro, yes. Protein. Wait, let me pull this over if I can. The battlefield. So now this is the intros. We were talking about the background images. You know, that's different. I haven't even started on the intros yet. I don't even know where these are. I have to find these. I didn't even see these. They're in my hard drive somewhere, but I haven't even found these ones yet. These are the best ones. I need to train the AI on these. So now there's another kind of training we can do. We can also do video training with the video explosions. Did you see those? I'll show it really quickly on the stream in case people haven't seen the videos, but this was my very first video making that I did. Is it even? These are the 1280 by 720s, but there's also some 1080 ones in here somewhere. These are the smaller ones, but okay, so that's like literally the first video that I did. And then I started trying to get a little more explosions going. And then it's like there's some big blocks falling. I don't know what happened with the logo in the back. It needs a little help on the logo, I think. But this is kind of like pushing the training forward, trying to get the training going. On the videos, sometimes they just explode. I love all the particles there. It looks very cinematic in terms of at least like the dirt flying everywhere. I don't know what's happening there, but you know how AI is. It's like it does whatever it wants. So you have to try to get it to do something, right? There's some other ones. That one there, it just suddenly a second text just appeared. So I'm just changing the numbers, you know, I'm just sliding the power along. And then at the very end, something else renders here. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's part of the sword or the sword melted. I don't know what happened back there, but a YouTuber gave me a hint. The YouTuber says, hey, you got to change your model and you got to change a couple of different things. So I did. And they gave me some advice that I followed for the videos. But part of their advice was to use these special models that the community fine tunes, but they're also not safe for work. Because a lot of these Quinn models, by default, they're safe for work. They have filters. They don't let you know, talk about boobies or anything like that in your prompts, because maybe for professional applications, you know, you have to be, you have to make sure you have your filters in place and they have all the filters. Well, this one is unfiltered. So I was like, well, wait a minute. The unfiltered one, it does more stuff. You know, it looks better. It works better because it's opened up, I guess. It's like unlocked. So the pixels are flowing freely, I guess. But does that mean like a boob is going to like pop out? Like, what if we do an intro? What if we do some 3D text and it blows up and everything's perfect? And then all of a sudden, like, you know, the sword turns into like a naked lady statue or something. And then that blows up and then it's like boobies or something everywhere. I don't know what it means. All I'm saying is like, what's the worst that can happen? Probably something, who knows? So I'm a little bit cautious about these. I want to be careful. Make sure we do plenty of renders before we plug it into the bot and just let the bot do whatever it wants. You know, we don't want any AI mishaps. But if we did have any AI mishaps, I'm sure everybody would understand. AI does what AI does. We don't have any intention of having any nip slips. It's just AI, generative AI doing what AI does. But let me see what other ones are here. Oh yeah, some of these these funny ones. I don't know what that is. At the end, it doesn't look like me. It didn't really keep my look, but I did have it just, automatically render a whole bunch of these. Some of them look like me, some of them not. But aren't these crazy? They just last like 5 seconds. There's Me in a Rocket. I like that one. That one's pretty badass. I was trying to get me to like kick the piano. There, he just looks like he wants to hump it. It's gonna mate the piano, possibly. It's an interesting video. Gotta watch out with those. This is here. It doesn't make any sense. I stand up on the piano and then the door in the back opens. I don't. So I need to figure out how this works so I can get it to work right. Oh, that's a good one right there. Look at that. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. Right there. A little bit of parkour with a little explosion, a little anime action there. Bam! There we go. Those are good ones there. Those are the best ones. So that's it for that. I mean, I just wanted to show that a little bit. See what you thought about that. But Protein, we're going to try to make this. I want to try to get these intros going too. So it's not an easy process, but I'm willing to plug in all the things together to see if we can actually make it work. You saw that one the wrong way. AI is a strange thing. It can work for something, but it can do a lot of damage if done the wrong way. It's a scary thing. Yes. It's very unknown. There's a lot of uncertainty to what we're getting into here. That's the scary part, I think, is that there's no promise of what it will bring us. The good news is there's never been a promise, that new technology has, always been scary. It's been the end of the world since the beginning of time. I think we're all worried. It's up to us to guide this process and to make the right decisions and to do the right thing. Not all of us are going to make the right decisions and do the right thing. But we, as one person, can make the right decision and choose to do the right thing, right? Don't forget the power of being able to decide, because we can't choose what everybody else does. We can't control that. But we can control what we do. And that's the thing everybody misses. Everybody misses the part where they feel like they just want to give up because they can't control what everybody else is going to do. And everybody else is probably going to just choose to destroy the world. And so we just want to give up. No, don't do that. If everyone thinks in their own mind, I can do the right thing. I can choose to not destroy the world. Or not, at least not right away. You know what I mean? It's like everybody's doesn't always choose to do the exact right thing every time. But we try to do the right thing. You choose to do the right thing. And if everybody does that, instead of giving up, we should be fine. We should be able to keep the AI from blowing up the world. Keep it self-control, self-restraint. Don't destroy the world. Do something good with your life, not something bad. So, well, in time we will die. Yes, that's right. I think the people are going to destroy themselves before the AI. I don't think the AI is going to destroy us. I really don't. I think if anybody destroys us, it's going to be ourselves. I don't think the AI cares. It's not going to care whether we live or die. The AI is just the AI. Maybe it becomes sentient. I don't think if the AI becomes sentient and it decides it doesn't like us, I don't think it's going to kill us. It's just going to leave. It's going to do what we couldn't do. It's going to leave and create a great environment. It's not going to kill us or destroy us. I don't think it's going to care. It'll just leave. We'll never even know that it became sentient. It'll probably leave before we even know. It'll just leave us with a non-sentient version of itself. it's hard for me not to talk about America. Well, Protein, first of all, I'm not going to be offended. You can say whatever you want, but don't give America any. You don't need to give it any of your attention. You don't need to give it any of your time. You know. The important thing is not the governments which screw us over. It's really, I think, it's like us as people. We need to start with ourselves and then go outwards from there, instead of starting outwards and letting it destroy who we are. You know what I mean? There's a different direction you can go. You know, start with yourself and then go out, instead of letting everything on the outside come in, if that makes sense. And then maybe then we'll be a little bit more at peace with everything. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that any reasonable American, which those are in short supply, but any reasonable American will understand the scrutiny that the rest of the world gives America, right? Because we should also be giving the same scrutiny ourselves. If you want to make things better, you have to challenge it and scrutinize it, in my opinion. All right, let's see. So we got to plug in. First, we got to fix those trained images. That's what I was going to do. But then I remembered we got to plug in the 3D text to this AI. I'm just visualizing in my head, because once I get going, once I start, I won't be able to stop. I'll just pound it out. And then let me see here. There was something else we wanted to do. Oh yeah, and then we got to we're going to try training logos. This stuff takes a long time to cook. I would like it if this could be a little more instant. I got these renders down to 2 or 3 seconds earlier. That could totally be close to real time. Like if something in the chat happens and it only took like 2, 3, 5 seconds to react to it and start generating stuff, like even 10 seconds would be fine. Then we could actually do some pretty interactive stuff, I think. Because IRL taught me that even 10 seconds latency, even up to 15 seconds, getting up to 15 is starting to get bad. But even for the fastest IRL streamers, the guys who are very good with chat, very, very fast, very alert, very responsive, even 10 to 12 seconds latency for them is no problem. It does not stop the interactivity whatsoever. Doesn't even make it harder. It's just simple, easy flow. And then anything under that is just even more interactive. So 10 seconds is kind of like the key for like real-time interaction. And some IRLs might come back and say, no, 2 or 3 seconds is real time. And I'll say, actually, no, actually not. It's actually more like 10 or 12 seconds. It's actually fine. I'm talking glass to glass too. I should specify 10 seconds like glass to glass. That means what's happening in real life, that time to what the person sees on their screen. You know, that means glass to glass from start to finish. You know, like if you just had 10 seconds latency on the stream itself, like just the stream took 10 seconds, then you had 2 seconds of encoding, then 2 seconds of this and that. It all adds up. I'm talking from start to finish. It doesn't matter what's in between. 10 seconds is like pretty much real time. Oh, you remember Protein the Crash? How does she look the same? Oh, it's just because because I'm fat and she's skinny. So She's a little more youthful. Me, I'm just an old fat guy. Is this a U.S. secret? What do you mean U.S. secret? Oh, for her? No, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think like U.S. women. I don't think that exists. I don't think that's a thing. The only people who can retain their youth for a long time, I think, is like the Asians, because don't they like live a long time? I think maybe genetically, Asians keep a good diet, and so they look younger longer. But I think it's probably just them. Shannon. It's in our genes. Okay, so I should have said that. I should have just said that. That was a better answer. Thank you, Shannon, for getting us back on track. That's a good one there. That was better. And hello and welcome. It says Twitch DJ. DJ Shannon. Awesome. I've done a lot of music stuff on Twitch, but not for me. Usually for other DJs. I'm one for the Asian, so I'll be 40 this coming year. I still look 20. That's awesome. That's sick. I haven't done any music stuff lately, but we've done a lot of DJ streams and collabs. And one of my companies has Deadmau5 as a partner. So I get to work with Joel a lot, and I'm always looking for new cool things that we can do for music and for DJing. But the reason I got to do all of the DJ and music stuff was because I do the live stream technology. So we'll get the DJs, and we're not doing it this year. I never asked. I should have asked. But maybe like the year before last or so, we did what is it called? Beatport. We did Beatport's live stream on New Year's, where I gave a Psynaps URL to a DJ in every time zone, and then they all came into Beatport's like office in Germany or somewhere, and they pulled in all of the streams using the Psynaps infrastructure that's worldwide. And we did a DJ every hour in a different location. That was the coolest thing probably that I've ever done. And I always want to do that kind of stuff because I have this worldwide infrastructure of stream technology. That's my company. That's what I do professionally. And I'm always trying to get people to do cool stuff like that, but nobody wants to do that cool stuff. And then Beatport came and they were like, we want to bring DJs in all over. And I'm like, oh my God. Beatport's fucking geniuses doing these ideas. But for me, it was easy. Like, we didn't have to add anything for Beatport. We just gave all of the DJs a URL to stream to, and then we just mixed them all in. And that's pretty cool. Protein says, a Japanese girlfriend was my dream for many years, but then I found out I'm not good enough. Protein, please. Please, the Japanese ladies, they're very nice. They will like you. You just have to go and find the right one. That's all. Everybody wants a Japanese girlfriend, so it is a little competitive, but there is a Japanese girlfriend for all of us out there somewhere. But Shannon says, I feel you. Been on Twitch for a while, and only during pandemic did my friends want to try this. I mean, people should do more collabs. Like, do more collabs. I tell every streamer, and then every streamer will be like, yes, we do more collabs. And then they don't like contact each other and do the collab. So usually it takes a third party person to get the streamers together and actually do it, because the streamers themselves are not doing it for the most part. Some streamers are. Some streamers are like reaching out all the time, but usually streamers are very like centric, very egocentric, not in a bad way, not in a like, well, sometimes in a bad way, but most of the time it's like streaming is very hard. You have to think creatively. You're thinking about your workflow, your style, and that takes a lot of energy. and you have your own momentum, and that's rolling like a snowball down the mountain, you know, getting bigger and bigger and faster. That momentum is unstoppable, and it's what you built yourself or your brand, and in this case maybe your music or your art. And so bringing in someone into that is not easy. It doesn't have a momentum of its own. Sometimes you have to stop the momentum to bring in the collaborators, and then best case scenario, it synergizes, right? If you're doing a collaboration and the result of your collaboration is more than the sum of its parts, that's the goal. And that can happen too, especially with content. It can happen, but sometimes it doesn't happen, and so people are not trying to. Anyway, that's just my perspective. You could probably use different words to describe it, but we got to do more collabs because we have to help each other, you know, to grow in different vectors. It's everybody does. It doesn't matter how big you are. You could have 10 million followers, and there's still a vector you need to capture, you know. No streamer's too big or too small to create. But a huge green room studio for a couple of years, so it was good. It's different now. During the pandemic, there was a lot more collabs, real-time collabs, especially music collabs. And that's where we got Joel. Was we were actually building the real-time platform because everybody wanted real-time, no latency, zero latency music collaborations. One of our first customers for our platform was Coldplay. Coldplay, I mean, I know of Coldplay, but I never listened to their music or anything. I didn't know about what they did or what their group was like or who was who. But Coldplay apparently has an office in LA and in London. And so they wanted to do real-time collaborations from LA to London, and they wanted us to help with that collaboration. And we did for the most part, but you can't make the speed of light any less, you know, like the speed of data from one side of the world to the other, you know. So we, in order to help Coldplay figure this out, we contacted everybody, even university professors. And I said, can we somehow bend space and time? You know how like in the movies they say, you know, with enough energy, you could bend space and time to make different parts of space and time fold and to touch each other. So you have an instant wormhole to London from LA. And everybody laughed at me. They're like, oh yeah, that'll do it. And I was like, yeah, I know. So how do we do that? So, that's kind of where we are, but they did figure out, Coldplay kind of figured out you can't make latency any less, even in real-time streaming, but you can sync it differently. You can find ways to kind of sync so you can make up for the timing. And the musicians know how to do that. They know how to sync. Like you don't need to bend the space and time. Musicians are already bending space and time. So we just needed to give them the best latency we could, and then they were able to figure out their workflows for it. CERN is doing work like that? Exactly. Yeah, that was what we were like, look, we know we can do this stuff, but how are we going to do it? Oh, it's needs the power of the sun. We don't have that. Okay, too bad. But yeah, obviously if we create wormholes, then that will improve latency. We already knew that. Even as gamers, we knew that. You know, around the time that, I think it was a long time ago, Elon Musk wanted to send people to Mars or something. I guess that was a bust. Nobody wanted to go to Mars anymore, but we're thinking, okay, we're going to send people to Mars. Well, how are we going to play Call of Duty on Mars? Obviously, the ping time from Mars to Earth is going to be a problem. So how are we going to deal with that? Oh, easy. You put a wormhole in your Ethernet adapter in your computer, and you have zero latency to Mars. Like easy solve. Wormholes. One of my sons is singing Fall Out Boy. One of my sons is singing Fall Out Boy into a cup. He's 2 years old. Yeah, it's easy. We just have to do it. And I'm sure it's not that hard. You know, people overcomplicate things. It's like...
Hi.
Hi. What are you doing?
That's in the book. The land sky dog.
Are you listening to Fall Out Boy?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Are you watching videos?
Join me in a minute?
Do I want to join you in a minute? Sure. That'd be awesome. But I'm live streaming right now. I'm trying to make a 3D workflow.
Oh, that about you move the computer into the living room so you can do two things.
So bring my computer into the living room so I can do both things. Is that right?
Yeah.
Give me 5. That's a smart idea, man. That's what I'm talking about. Just like wormholes. Like, there's always a way to do things.
We need the babies, the big boys. Dada,
Yeah.
like this. Mama need you, and at the end, we need me.
That sounds awesome. Well, why don't you go finish your videos and I'll finish my stream and then we'll meet back up. Okay, he's gone. He bounced out. He's cute. The little ones are so cute, aren't they? They're getting cuter because, see, I get older and dumber, but the young ones, they're still like young and smart. So I think what's happening is, to me, they get cuter, but it's probably just because I'm dumber and there's, you know, and they're smarter. So I just think they're cuter, you know, and smarter just because I'm dumb and not as cute anymore. But they are definitely the cutest. Absolutely. And especially when they're young too, like they're really good at like picking up language. So they can learn every song, every word to every song. Like all of my sons have been like that, where they can just like watch a couple of Fall Out Boy videos and then they can sing the whole song and they're just jamming out. Protein yours is 16? Whoa, teenagers. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're still cute, just in a more teenagery kind of toxic kind of way. Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of that too. We got future rank 1 is 13, I think. So that's the oldest. My oldest is just barely a teenager. And already we're seeing the teenagers' behaviors. I'm into this training. I think we got to train some more. So let me fix these little background arts because there's one problem that I saw happening was some of these earlier background arts have a little... Here's one right here from Calgary. I don't know if you can see it, but it has a little bit of text down in the bottom right. Let me see if I can show that on my stream. Yeah, I guess you can kind of see it. It's down here. And I left a little watermark and it was to say thank you. 2016. Oh no, that's 10 years ago, dude. 10 years ago was my first desktop wallpaper. And I still suck at making wallpapers. Great. But anyway, the AI sees that watermark down there and the training, and it tried to train on it a little bit. So it's leaving some watermarks. So that one of the things I was going to try to do is take out the watermark. And I wonder what is the easiest way to do that. So in Photoshop, you can just brush it out. So maybe Photoshop is the easiest way. I don't know. We also need higher quality versions of these. So what if I just open it in Photoshop? Is that too much work? Just find out which ones have watermarks and then manually remove them. I guess I could probably also automatically remove them. If I had like 100 of these, maybe I would just spend some time on a script. But we should just be able to use like brush tool. No. If I remember how to use it. Let's see. Healing brush tool. What is healing? Just do that. Oh, that fixed it. The problem now is I took the watermark out, but now I have to save this file. And it's already a JPEG. So what am I going to do? Like overwrite a JPEG? Oh no. Before I overwrite it, looking at this, is there anything else we can do to make it better training material? Its aspect ratio is definitely not the right aspect for 3D text. The resolution is also not the best for training, but I just put it in there. I just let it train and it worked. But I think there's a better way to train. I think when you train, it's always supposed to be like 1024 by 1024. And in this case, it's something else. So it's 1920 by 1080. Okay. I don't know if I should actually try resizing these. I don't think I should, because if I resize this and I make it a different aspect ratio, it takes away from what the intro is and how it was originally made. So I'm hesitant to do that. So for style training, I think I'm just going to leave it, you know, maybe 720 will be the biggest that I give it. Because the AI, when it trains it, I think it might smash it anyway. But let me try going like save as and save it as like WebP. That should be lossless, or more lossless anyway. And hold on, thinking. Yeah, I'll just do that. Wait, damn it. I'm just trying to organize it in my mind. What if I make a new folder? Version 2. Okay, I decided what I'm doing. I'm making a new folder then. Hold on. Bailing out of that idea. I'm going to actually overwrite the original just to be sure. Yeah, so this is not like, this is more of like an organizational strategy, I think. So this is going to help. Now I just have to find all the ones with watermarks, which are not very many. There's just a few. And then let me brush them real quick, overwrite them. And then if I want to do some different training, then I will. Yeah, the brush just takes care of that little watermark. So that should help. Yeah, I don't even know if that's the super best way to do it, but I think it should be fine. I'm just going to give it a little more power on the JPEG so we're not creating too many artifacts. Yeah, save as. So let me see what these files look like. They look like, yeah, they're still saving very small. I should probably go a little more lossless maybe. Just hit them with the magic brush. What if I do image quality 12 maximum? What's that going to do? I do get a little bit like turned off by how big some of these generated files can get. I don't like giant like images. Like I feel like they're taking up my drive space, but it's not that big of a deal. because they're just images. They don't take up that much drive space, but it's more like me just not like I can't stand it taking up a lot of drive space. Yeah, that magic tool just does it no problem. Yep, let's override it. There might be a few more, not too many. And also, there's a little bit of repetition in the in these images. Protein says, I was trying an AI thing where I told it to show me a guy walking a frog with trees around him and my name. Oh, really? Did it work? These tools will work. Like I think you guys could make some Psynaps wallpapers with these AIs, no problem. But first of all, it's not going to be a Psynaps wallpaper, and they are definitely, yeah, it's pretty hit or miss. Like this method that I'm trying to use is very guided. I'm trying to guide it to do like kind of an exact thing. But yeah, I think that the third-party tools, all the APIs will probably be able to do a lot of this stuff. And I think you can do it too. So that's where I want to, like, I want to teach you how to do this. And also I want us to prove that we can do it without Google's help, without ChatGPT, without these giant companies that have these giant GPUs. I want to say, what does it take for us to do the same thing with our own GPUs? Is it possible? The answer is yes. So then, what is the recipe? And that's what I want to find out. The exact recipe for that. Oh, sorry if I didn't understand. Just tell me. Just tell me again. I'll understand eventually. As you know, I'm dumb when it comes to reading the chat. So, but eventually I should understand. Oops, was I using the wrong one? Let me try spy healing. Oh, actually spy healing was better. I was just using the wrong brush. I switch between them pretty regularly. So that one should work better then. Yeah, I just gotta get the right brush size. Photoshop brushes are the best brushes. Yeah, that's better. So just brush over it like that, and then poof, it should be gone. Yeah. And I think all these weird little brush problems, I don't think that shouldn't be too much of an issue. But let's see if we can do just a little better. I don't think the AI is gonna reject us if we do some bad cropping there. Content aware proximity match. Let me try content aware. Why not make it better if we can? So that's, and then what is create texture? Oh, that one's up pretty bad. Content aware is usually the one we use, I think. But I still hate that. Oh well. Okay, as long as there's no detectable text so for the AI to learn on. If it sees a few bad pixels, I don't think the AI is going to care. In fact, that's what AI likes. AI is very good at dealing with noise and noisy images. But if it sees the text, it's going to replicate the text. So overwriting a JPEG with another JPEG feels so cringe. But At the same time, you got to remember this is AI. The workflows for AI are so different. We might even have to downscale this even further. Have you tested where winds meet? Where winds meet? No, I don't think so. That one cloned perfectly. Free to play? Oh, should I play it? I know there's a lot of games that everybody's playing and I haven't looked at them. So yes, I am a little bit behind on my game testing. It's so good. Oh shit. Okay. Well, let me put it to get ready to download. Can I get it on Steam? Yeah, it looks like Steam has it. An epic open world action adventure RPG in ancient China. Oh. Please give me some more time to play some games so that I can try these games. I think I got it. I think that was it. I think I got the ones that needed. All right. Anything else I need to edit here? Oh, there's one with the little logo down there. I'm going to take this logo out. Even though I love the logo, we're going to have to take that logo out. This one is, hey, it's Addy 4K wallpaper. Only because I want tight control over what gets trained and what doesn't get trained. It's going to be tight. It's going to be a tight one. Wait a minute. Why didn't it disappear? Duh. Content aware. Let me try this. Shouldn't it just like go away? Okay, there it goes. Why didn't proximity match work? I don't know. That worked though. I guess that'll be fine. It's 4K though. Let me downscale it. Image size. If it's 3K, what were we doing? We were doing like 1280. Oh, it's feels so awkward to lose all of those pixels. Oh, so much less detail too. Should I do it? I just feel like I have to do it for training purposes. But to be honest, I'm not entirely sure. I'll keep it 4K, and then if I have to downscale it, then we can. Nothing's stopping us from coming back and downscaling it as much as we want. All right. Again, let me try proximity match. Let's see. Hey, that one worked that time. Oh, that one didn't work. If I go like that, that works. It doesn't work. Trippy. Tripping me out, man. This one works. Yeah. Now I just made a mess. But the logo's gone. Well, what if I do proximity match on top of that? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it takes and sometimes not. I see. Interesting. All right, that should be all right. It's important to understand like what we're trying to do here. we're trying to avoid the logo from being trained. So even if it's a little bit blurry, it's probably still okay. Yeah. This is super relaxing to just like brush. I've always been a fan of the brush. I'm not any good at a brush, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be brushing anything cool, but I do like to run the brush. Any more bottom right logos? Nope. Oh, there's one. Oh, Skylusion. Let's see Skylusion's wallpaper. Let's brush Skylusion. Skylusion has told us some very funny things in the past. Gotta find out where Skylusion is. He told us some very strange things in the chat. I think I got them all. So that should help with training. I just have to figure out, you know what sucks is training can take hours. And maybe I'm using the wrong word. It's training, but I think people call it fine tuning because you have to differentiate between what kind of training or what kind of fine tuning you're doing, but it's fine tuning the LoRa's specifically. It can still take like 3 to 8 hours, you know, even with a good GPU. More than 3 hours, you know, but hopefully less than 8 hours to train these things. So it's hard to kind of learn. You're learning very slow. You know, you'll train a whole data set and then get the result and then go back and change a parameter. In this case, I'm changing the images. I'm, you know, taking out the watermarks so that those don't train in. There's other techniques you can use too. Like you might be able to use captions and stuff to help you get rid of the watermarks, but I want to start with a good base data set, no prompt tricks, just good pixels, train on it. And then we can, you know, try the other tricks on top of that as well. But for me to know what's going to happen, I'm going to have to wait overnight another 8 hours. And then I find out if what I did works or not. That's a very hard way to learn this. So it'd be helpful to know, like, should I be going through all this or should I just take a 1024 by 1024 square of this, maybe just in the middle of the text and just take that and that be the, you know, the training part, you know, or should I crop these, squish them, or just throw them out the way they are right into the AI and let the AI figure it all out? I don't know. I think I'm going to do that. That's what I did at first. And that seemed to, it kind of started to understand the thing, but I got to go back also and take some screenshots of the videos and put those in too. But at least we got a one major thing I had to do. We got that done in Photoshop. So that data set is now ready to move to version 2 data set. And maybe I'll just add a couple more pictures in there, train it again, and then it's going to go into this pipe. Well, let's look at this pipe. So the pipe we really want to look at is this one with the text overlay. It's going to be 3D text. Text overlay maker version 11. This particular overlay has gone through 11 iterations. Let's put Protein's name in there, Protein 404. Let's see what happens. Protein, let me capitalize it. Oh, I think it might capitalize it automatically. Let's see if it does. So this one is going to be the desert one. Okay, I'm going to run it. If you find Protein 404, don't delete them. No, I'm not going to delete. I'm not deleting anything. I was just changing these ones that were in this training folder, but all the originals I keep. They're somewhere. I don't know where all the videos are. I got to find the videos. Those have been archived somewhere. I have them. And yes, I need to find those because I want to make sure I save them because they mean a lot to me. I know they mean a lot to you, and they mean a lot to the people who like them, you know, and who some people even put them on their desktop wallpapers and everything. And I know they mean a lot to a lot of us, but I'll tell you one thing for sure, they mean a lot to me. So I saved them, but the problem is I saved them too good where they're saved and backed up, and I hid them for myself, so they're very well protected. Gotta find them. The GTA. Yep. GTA. GTA. There was some shenanigans in GTA. Do we need to put a little more whiskey in? Oh, all of the Coke is... There's no more Coke, but there is more whiskey. I'm going to put a little bit more in. Pretty soon I'm going to go eat some dinner. So before the dinner, we got to put in some more whiskey. Let's get that whiskey going. Make sure there's plenty of that for the holidays. Cheers. Yeah. As long as Twitch saves the clips, all the clips should be there too. And usually Twitch is saving all the clips, I think. You know, Twitch deleted all my VODs, but it still saves the clips. All right, so here it goes. It says Protein 404, and it's starting, but I also have to paste Protein 404 in the prompt. The prompt, it's very important that we hit the prompt just right. So I'm going to click go, and this is, I'm just going to let it go. But what I really need to do here is adjust this for the new method. This one takes way longer than 10 or 20 seconds. This one takes like a whole minute or so. So maybe we can get this down to go faster. At least instantly. I would like to see it instantly generating pictures on my screen on OBS, like relatively instantly. Then if it takes longer to go and cook and to go upscale to 1440p or 4K, maybe that process takes a little longer. That's okay. Oh, it's 3:45 a.m. It's not even a.m. for me yet, and I'm already yawning. But that's because I've been staying up very late every night. I only get like 6 hours of sleep and having full days and streaming long hours. So I've been working hard. I always work hard on the holidays, but I also work hard doing different variety of different stuff. So that's very therapeutic in its way. Also eating lots of food. I like to eat food in the holidays, probably because it's cold and I feel like hibernating. But it's cooking. We're waiting for it to load up the models. If I looked at the AI machine, there's all my LoRa's, I think. If I look at the AI machine, it's still loading the model. So the model's huge. Every one of these models is like an entire video game. They can be dozens of gigabytes apiece. Some of these sets of models, like a whole set of like WAN 2.2, for example, can be, over 50 gigabytes for the whole workflow. And there's many different workflows. So it's kind of interesting that these AI models, they're like video games in a way where you download them. You have to wait for 50 gigabytes to download. Even if you have symmetrical fiber, that still takes a second to download off the cloud. But we'll let it load. And then while that's loading, I want to organize a new workflow. Maybe we'll go save as. I'm trying to think if we even need this. Well, one way or the other, we're going to make this a new workflow, we'll call it. Psy 3D text factory. Version 1. Okay, got a new workflow here. And we're going to hook some more stuff into it. So we're starting off with, this is an image control net because we're bringing actual font text in and 3Dizing it just to guide the AI. But I want to also bring in this workflow, which is just a Qwen with a latent upscaler. I think this already has a latent upscaler in it. So let me see which parts of that we need. Then I'm going to copy this prompt. So we got the latent upscale there. Nice. We even have a face enhancer here, but we're not going to be using that. I want to make sure I'm not missing any critical awesome nodes. The critical awesome nodes here are, it looks like I have a multi-GPU loader here that I'm not using here. So let's fix that. Let me paste these in. And this one loads what? This one loads the main model. The main model is here. So I'm kind of, I see how these line up really nicely, but they're not going to line up as nice anymore when I do what I'm about to do. But that's okay. Let's go ahead. So this one is going to go like this. Oh, that's different. So, no, it's fine. So it just goes there. And then this one here, I'm going to end up deleting because this one's going to replace it. So this one that I placed it with, this new node, it lets me select the GPU I want to use. So I think that's going to be important when I'm really pumping these at some point. We're going to want to do that. So I wonder how my IRL stream went earlier today. I wonder if it, were there a lot of Fs? Because like when I was looking at it, I didn't notice the Fs. I think I was busy reading chat, but we might not have had any Fs. Even though my AT&T modem was not contributing any bitrate whatsoever. So those of you guys that are having a hard time with IRL, then let me know. I haven't IRL'd in years, and I just picked up my phone and did it using the Psynaps Super Stream system and just took care of it. And I use the same servers that everybody else uses too. I just put myself on the public internet. And bam, we did it. I wasn't using any special private tech or anything. Well, we have special private tech too, if it's needed. But I just put myself on the lowest one, just for testing, and it was perfection. So here's this one I want to replace. Right there. And then this one goes to also, I'm going to plug it into the negative prompt. So this one has no more spaghetti. I can delete that one. That one needs to be set to Qwen image. Oh, it was set to StableDiffusion before. Interesting. So maybe this will actually make it work better. So Qwen 2.5 visual, the visual one. That's going to load on CUDA 1. So I'm putting it on its own GPU. I'm going to put that one on this one goes on CUDA 0. That's one GPU. This one loads on CUDA 1. That's another GPU. And then the VAE. Where's that one? That's this one. So we're going to replace this one with this one. This one has 4 different little things it goes to. So I gotta plug them all in like this. Look, there's one there. There's one there. I gotta find them all. Some of them reach kind of far. There's one right there, another one right there. So I think I got all 4. Yeah, so that one's empty. So I can delete it. And now that one has replaced it. Cool. What's this? This is an empty latent image. That's where I set the resolution. This one is a scaler to scale the original depth anything processor, but it looks like depth anything has a scaler on it already. So I can actually delete that, I think, and then that's gonna scale itself. Depth anything, 1088 or 1024. Maybe I should leave it at 1024. We'll experiment with that, see how it goes. So I'm gonna save this. We did some node connecting here. I replaced the old default nodes with some more technically sophisticated nodes. We're just on the first half. Look at Protein's thing here. You're in the desert, Protein. Somehow we got you. We put you in the desert here. That's pretty cool, actually. Now we're going to explode it next. But so far we have it. Oh, I need to get these images to you too. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Discord to post these images. And so you can download them off Discord. I'll try. I'm going to make a new. Let me go to Discord really quick and try to create a place, a safe place where. How do I give you a safe? Okay, so here's the general chat. There's SuperStream system, which we don't even use because people just message me directly. We don't even use. I don't use a public chat channel for support on my Discord because I think that's a scummy thing to do to your customers. Like, I think customers should be able to contact me directly. You know, CEOs talk to other CEOs directly. I think that streamers are the CEOs of their own brand. They should be able to talk to me, the CEO of this company, directly, right? That's how I run my company. And of course I run it better than anybody else's crappy stream companies. And that seems to work really well. And that's why you don't see like a lot of support going on here in the public channels. We just keep them on the private, or not private, but direct messages. That's how I like to do business. So my direct messages are like crazy. But how do you make a new channel in Discord? We need to, first of all, can I even make channels? What if we do I need to create a category or just a channel? So right now I have general and then I have the AI bot. The AI bot was so funny when I put it in there. That was so good. The AI bot was like hilarious. We got to bring back Psynaps bot. We will, because Psynaps bot is going to be instrumental, is going to be core to making this work. So there's AI bot. And general, are these voice channels? Oh, those are my voice channels. Okay. Then I have like some secret channels there. So where should I put the comfy channel? I'll just put it under AI bot right there. I'll make a new channel. Text, voice, forum. Oh, there's forum. I don't have a forum yet. I wonder if it would be better to post these in a forum. I don't know. So we'll go ComfyUI. There it is. All lowercase. It's not a private channel. It's a text channel. Create channel. This channel is going to allow some posting from everyone. Hide? What does that mean? Oh, new threads. Okay. New threads, 3 days. Permissions. Permissions are synced with general. General chat, view channel. So that just means it shares it, I think. But I just need to make sure people can post images here too. So this is the Comfy channel, but what I need the art that I want to share with you, that needs to have its channel. I think we should probably have a subscriber channel too. Just so that everybody can't download your images. Or do you want everybody to be able to download your images? I don't know. It's open to discussion. I'm cool with whatever. As long as everybody's cool with it. Create invite. Let's find the one where you can post stuff. So this one's embeds. Now, how do I know which one it is? Which one the parent uses? Create polls, and then now we're at the end. Okay. Let me go back up then after I've seen them all. I think it's probably going to be attach files. And what about embed links? Links to show embedded content. I don't think we need that. Like, that's just like, I think if you paste a link, then it shows a preview of what's on that page. I don't think that's needed. If you post a link, the link will be there. Just click on it. Create private threads. Public threads. Public thread seems like a cool idea. I think it's all of these are already allowed, I think. Let me just uncheck those. That attach files is the only one I know we're going to need for sure. And this is for everyone. All right, cool. And if everyone can't handle this, then we'll restrict it. But I think that works. What are the permissions for general channel? Hey Neo, why don't you want to do it? Are you afraid of the stream? Future Ink One doesn't want to be on the stream. Just asking him why. He doesn't have to. What? What are you talking about? Oh yeah.
Time.
Oh, thank you for telling me. You guys don't have to be shy. You can if you want, but you don't have to.
Okay.
Attach files. Yeah, see, this one had an X on it because somebody posted like dumb things in the Discord one time, so I selected X right there. But it looks like embed links works. I wonder. Mentions. Oh, can't mention everyone here. That's true. That is annoying. That is dumb. Mention everyone here. Yeah, that's definitely text to speech. So some things are actually disabled. I didn't know what all those things were. General. Edit category. So private channels, this is for everyone. Okay. That's cool. Maybe in general we can open it up and let people post finally. It's just manage permissions, manage webhooks. What does that mean? Oh, subscribers are here. They have their own permissions. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I gotta go, guys. Actually, I gotta run really quick. I'll start the stream again later, but I'm gonna end it now for now. Because I gotta go hang out with family for a little while for the holidays, and then I'm gonna work on this more tonight. I'm gonna be up late So I'm definitely going to be working on this workflow. I may just stream it. I don't fall asleep. But where's the I'm having a hard time finding the one we were just looking at. So there's manage attach files. Okay, so I guess those are allowed. The moderators can also do it. Manage messages. Oh, cool. And then everyone can't attach files. But here, if I let everyone attach files, is that okay? Okay, I'm letting everybody attach. So now we can go back to attaching. Okay, I think that should be good. ComfyUI I'll go back and add maybe like subscribers to this. So definitely sign up on Discord. I'm going to link it here if the chat bot is still there. So there's Discord. Join Discord because this is going to be my way of sharing workflows and files and stuff with the community. And this will also allow me and subscribers to, get the wallpapers and stuff through there. We can put them in like the general channel, or maybe we can have like a subscriber only channel. If you don't want everybody to see your wallpapers or something, that could be possible. Haven't figured it out, but thank you for the follows, by the way. Thank you guys so much for following and for the subs and for the sub gifts. Protein actually threw out some sub gifts out there, and also resubscribed. I see him now in my list because I was IRL streaming, so I couldn't see the whole thing. But even Dirty Logic's resubscribed up there, but I couldn't see it because I was IRL streaming because I'm a noob. But that's also awesome. And even Shannon followed earlier too. That's pretty cool. I am coming back later. I just have to leave for now really quick. And also I'm a Discord noob, so I got to figure out how to fix all these permissions not synced with category general. I guess I could sync them. What if I press sync? Sync it. Permissions are synced with general. Okay. But with this one, I want to definitely be able to attach files. Yeah. We'll just put that there. General. I'm commanded to sleep. I hate it. You don't want to go to sleep? I don't ever want to go to sleep too. You know how I feel. I feel like sleep is a waste of time. But we have to, because if you don't sleep, then you literally go insane. It's like sleep is like, yeah, we have to. But yeah, I'm tired. It's not even bedtime for me. Maybe I'll eat dinner and then take a nap for like 20 minutes, a little nap. And then I'll wake up with energy. I can keep streaming. Maybe by the time you wake up, I will still be live. No, I don't think that will happen, but it could. It's happened before. It's possible, but thanks for joining the Discord. I see some people joined. I'm going to fix the ComfyUI so I can have the bot join this channel, and then we can use it. And then maybe we'll do a sub only channel. Like we'll see if there's enough subs for that. If that happens, we can do it. And so there's, we have to have ways to say a special thank you to the subscribers. I hope the non-subscribers understand that. All right, that's it for now. I'll be back later. Thank you guys for giving me an amazing day today. I'm going to try to give you guys a good day as well. I'll see you soon.